time? Is it fucking demons? Is it a dragon?
That's Tuesday, isn't it?
I'm just happy that I'm finally at the correct height for Samantha.
Oh no, wait, it wasn't
Well,
either of those things. It's
technically
interdimensional
Thursday.
invading elves. Fuck. Because that always works out
Can
for
be
everyone
Tuesday.
else.
Oh, my neck.
Oh god, you melted. The sheep is
I can't believe
melting.
the
Alright.
sheep is twerking.
Am I working now?
And prone for this are just fucked up.
I think I need to turn that up a little bit.
Why did this mess up?
It's a silly.
Yeah, it's
All right.
It's the Jacko challenge. But
Do you hear me now?
The Sheepo challenge.
I think this is good. Oh,
Sheepo
okay.
challenge,
See it.
Extreme mode. Where you're just an ass sticking
Okay, there we go.
Thanks. Hate.
Cool. What's up, Quackertons?
oh my god, thank you so much.
Thanks for the resub.
I love it.
Mood.
Trying to remember how to do all this stuff.
So much after I get out of VR tonight because I haven't been in VR in like a month.
Jack, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but it was a joke. You don't actually need to try shoving yourself into the ground.
What? Okay. What is going on? Why can I not fucking grab the fucking camera anymore?
I mean, you could just disable the camera.
And then re-enable it.
What?
You just...
Yeah.
I should bring it back to in front of you.
Bane, I'm back to you.
Moderate scuffage.
How do I do that?
Is it arm length?
Oh god, I'm just really happy. I'm just happy.
All right.
Glad to hear that.
I'll go. I think that's
Your inner vest like fucks
You
with
need
my
the 5
eyes
seconds
when you
picture
get
thing.
far enough
Oh
away.
god. He's here, fuck. Run,
Oh.
run.
Just
it
because of the
non-normal?
color?
all right.
It's like bright purple, dark purple,
What do you mean, how do
bright
you turn it off?
yellow, dark purple, bright yellow, dark purple. So it's like when you.
All right. I
step
think I
down,
finally got everything set.
Going, that's a weird pattern.
What's going on?
Brain no understand.
How do I turn off the camera?
I just adjusted the
Opening
hue
the
on it.
menu, hitting the camera button, and then just
Imagine not
clicking
role-playing
it
in
to disable it.
240p. Couldn't be
No,
me.
that literally removes it. Like.
Mood.
I'm
Oh,
looking like
you
a
mean the little
fucking
tablet thingy?
2006.
Jack, I fucking hate it.
I buried it.
I hate it, Jack.
I don't know what else to do with it.
I don't know.
Put it like behind me so that you know.
Yeah, you
I don't
can't
think
really.
Fucking hell.
And then you
Okay,
put it
those
in
got
and then,
reset.
grab
I think
something.
someone wanted to do the
Oh, hold on.
the Majima one.
There is.
Someone
How
did.
do you say that?
It's Oracle.
Oh.
You did.
How the fuck do I fix?
Hey,
So,
what up?
I'll get fucked.
Like
go.
all of the guys in both Cari Town and Ascension Academy.
I finally got my outfit set up. I think it's very nice. Very popular.
Look at all these fancy lads.
You love your
I have
home.
Space Drag on.
It's just
You gotta
the
read
fact
from
that
the water.
it's played out where it's everybody. It's literally everybody.
This had to be like that sometimes. doesn't it?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Man,
I
I
had to
think
stand
I'm
up
gonna
and
send it
Colored
like me.
bindings.
I had to stand up like straight to keep up this posture.
Look at this binding.
Just imagine you got a dick up your ass like Six, because he's probably fucking riding you.
And that trigger.
man, you have a real thing for dicks, you know that?
Yeah, because, you know, I have to see a massive one walking around all day.
go. I think we're good.
Hmm.
I didn't know you were holding a mirror.
Alright,
I
here we
never
go.
even
That's
afford to
good.
actually have a mirror with your
There we go.
broke ass, ex-noble ass house, bitch.
Behind you.
Also, okay, so
Click.
paranoia check.
Bitch, please.
Is my mouth moving?
Yep.
Are my visins
Shit,
working?
I don't remember.
Okay.
The is local thing is bugged on his
Yeah.
animators, so
Yeah.
everything doesn't appear to be working for him.
The boss.
Yeah, so I don't
Oh
know.
man, guess I gotta character bleed and kill Alan now.
You won't know.
Gotta go.
Basically.
I'll let you know if your face turns into a
Held,
cheeseburger.
maybe?
Fucking the Alan mini orgasm places every fucking time.
Ross, you ready to return back from
Why
fucking
is your face
How do I...
the Star State?
Like,
Oh god.
yeah, the thing is, I didn't have time to make a better outfit, so I'm still
God,
stuck with
reminds me of
this.
that bit of
That's
Adventure
fine.
Season
I know. Not
Shit, I
everyone
don't
is
remember how to
wearing
set
their
this
clothes.
up.
I don't know what Kaz's character's name was.
But I wanted to, I just
Like,
didn't have
Lord,
time.
whatever, you have a stroke
Yeah.
on the side of your face.
It's perfectly fine because you could be like, I didn't want to
No
make it all dirty when I
hesitation.
came
No
back.
pause, instantly
So I'm probably
just
have it ready
Did it all ago?
Because I'm gonna just make this.
Trying to remember how to set up
Theoretically,
Play
that
Space
was-
Mover, but for some reason...
Or are you still wearing
Oh my
that
God, he
though?
actually
Like,
don't
it's
know
not
what it
as
is.
hot anymore.
I'm a.
imagine having clothes.
I have a reputation to uphold of being poor. If I walk back into town and people see me wearing a fucking suit, that is gone.
No.
Yeah,
What I
that's
mean is, like,
enough.
why are you wearing a sweater when it's hot
Hood?
now?
Is
No,
it
it's
hot?
not. It's apparently no.
Cozy
It's apparently still
vibes.
cold.
It's just, I thought it was like less cold.
I had a...
What's through the
Like you
worst
said,
of it,
it's
but
still
it's
cold.
still
I
cold.
think I decided to
Yeah.
recheck my OBS.
Things all pimped out now.
Yeah, I'm glad I
Maybe
checked
this
mine
one?
'cause it, you know,
Like,
had to update and then
No?
unpaired like all of my audio sources.
Mine was still.
13 got it. I'm gonna
Fuck.
And I'm not playing the Ark.
yeah.
We haven't had any updates on the map in a while.
OBS.
We are.
Go to check on
For
something.
convenience sake, I'm gonna say it's Samantha's birthday as well.
Microphone and like all of that stuff. Nah, we're
Kev, remember when I said I rated the textures on her face?
How the fuck do you...
Normally what I do is like,
She was dead
it's,
inside.
when my birthday is certain week, and in that day of that week is just the birthday of my character.
Yeah. The closest session.
Convert all the triggers and shit to
Also,
You'll see,
I love
we
the
might
fact
be
that
killing
it's the
some
height as Samantha.
Specifically, it's not my name.
You know what
boy.
you do, or it look bigger?
Also,
I can
hey,
do
Samantha
No,
is
not
properly
that.
7'1".
Nice.
7-1 did.
It's yep.
Enable camera, timing, what's whatever.
That's what he's always been. I just fucked up the height scale.
Binding?
I was even tinier now.
So painful. Like,
Oh, wait, there we go.
just all of my like
Where's the
fucking
thing?
hairs
Here.
are so
Okay.
close together. I have to actually make a.
Considering how
Is that it?
solid I was on New Year's, yeah. Happy New Year's indeed.
Left space hand drag.
This one was pretty straightforward.
Why can't I edit that?
I did too when I started out.
Okay. Okay.
That's because of the fact that you're modifying something specific. If you had trizemes on both models,
So I have that set. How do I reset?
trizemes off of anything you're moving.
It used to be just...
Thankfully, the one that I'm wanting to make, the head is a Fire Emblem one, so it doesn't have any of the actual buttons. So I have to make the across the image. It still might somehow.
Can only edit it in here. A button.
Oh wait, I actually do need to toggle the visibility on my lens.
Double?
Let's just move slightly to the side, so if anyone like spawns, we're just dancing. That's what it's like that.
Reset offsets?
Here's the spawn.
Maybe?
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Don't grab it.
What's up, Bolter? Why is this all sorts of like weird FPS going on though? Whenever I turn, it's just...
6'8".
Hold on, let me check in here.
Incorrect, my friend. Incorrect.
Dude, what is going on with that?
No way it can be incorrect. It must be VRChat scaling differently.
I actually will note your height in the settings.
Hey, Johnny Quarters. So I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but this is all like it feels like it's like warping when I turn.
Right, imagine.
Dude, it feels like when I'm turning, like everything is like warping. I don't know what's doing it.
You're getting like, what's the, like motion blur?
Maybe motion smoothing? Let me see if motion
Maybe.
Ah, okay, it was motion smoothing that was doing it. Okay.
There you go. Yeah. I'm just making sure all my fucking VR stuff's gonna be good for the stream because, yeah, my
I haven't. We
my
haven't.
audio source is reset.
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't done this since like so long, and I had to reset my entire Steam VR. Hey, get it out now, guys. Get it out.
Yeah, I hadn't touched OBS in a while, so I knew when I got up today it was going to be turn on OBS straight away, let it fucking update, because it's guaranteed to have an update. It did. And then when I got on, all of the audio inputs, like my headset and all that, just all... Oh, it's gone back to default, so you can't hear shit, so set all that up again. And then get the volumes correct again, so...
Yeah, for me, it's just like all of my, like I didn't have my like play space mover set up. I didn't have all this other shit.
Oh fuck! PlaySpace Mover fucked out. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the
Well,
ass.
it's because I was trying to get because I got the Tundra trackers and one of them was drifting like mad.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
I thought the Thunder Trackers were like brand fucking new though.
They are, but I mean, you know, it's a new product, so I'm not surprised. Still, so what I did is I completely uninstalled everything, deleted all the settings and everything, right, in hopes that that would fix it. It didn't.
Yeah, that's something. Oh, what?
Yeah.
How
So
does
I
that
think
not fix it?
I think one of my trackers is just fucked. But because of that, all of my settings.
Thunder Tracker is fucked.
So yeah, it's, well, I mean, I got 3 of them, right? But one of them is just drifts like crazy. So I have to see about.
I occasionally get the vibrate on my 2.0s where I'll be sitting somewhere and suddenly, yeah, like that's not too bad though. But if it's fucking constantly you going into a ballerina stance, like that's very much understandable.
Yeah, one of them would just be like. Boo, 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 boo. Praise be to pizza. But yeah, so now I'm trying to like redo all of my settings on OVR advanced settings.
I keep fucking that up. I keep fucking up my.
Okay, I think I want to
try to get one thing right.
I want to change this. Ah, there we go. Held needs to be left space drag. And then this one we turn to none. And then this one. It's just like I haven't done any of these settings in so long. Right?
Yeah, when I got
like,
the new
I just
PC,
had like no idea what the fuck to do.
I didn't have my bindings.
Yep.
Luckily, it saved my previous binding settings in like OER settings, so I was just able to load up my previous map.
Well, that's what I thought it would do too, but because I deleted everything, I think it fucked that up.
Oh fuck!
But I think I got it now. So yep, there we go. Okay. Cool.
Oh, nice.
Whew, that took a while. All right, I'm glad I got that done though. How you doing? Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Stream up. Yeah, Happy New Year, man. I got absolutely fucking shit mixed on my New Year.
That sucks.
I went full Javier and was just drinking straight gin.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that in the stream.
Yeah. And then, you know, I did the stupid thing and re-downloaded Genshin and yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Look, I
Genshin.
I pulled the
Hell
new
yeah.
one. I pulled the new one.
Got the new cryo auntie.
got
That's
her on, like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I pulled her on like what? 5th Tenroll?
Do you have another cryo
50?
DPS
not
already?
Bad, not bad. I mean, I've got Ayaka.
Good. Okay. Then you're good. Then you're good. Because if you didn't
And
have Chuggin or Ayaka, then you made a mistake.
actually filled out. Yeah, no, what I need for my Ayaka is like, I just can't fucking get one singular fucking crit rate crown in Cryo set. All I fucking need. I've got a purple crown on her with crit rate. Just to make sure I've got 4-piece Cryo.
That'll happen.
I want a better one. Also, hey, Emo, Pepe.
So, how's it going?
Being nerds.
Nice. What you talking about?
With some nerding here.
Genshin.
Hell yeah,
Just
brother.
some Genshin nerdery.
Just got
I've
some
been
Genshin.
getting back into it. 'cause
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. What's up? Happy New Year. Both of you.
Happy New Year. Hello.
Yeah, it's a wonderful new year, and the RP season is starting again.
Dude, it's been like I feel like it's been like a year since I was last doing RP.
It feels like it's
17 days since last Cari.
Well, I wasn't even here for that because I was out of town that day.
Oh, you weren't. Yeah.
Night, but...
Oh, you were here for the episode before that, weren't you?
I was here for the episode before that, but yeah, not the quote unquote season ending one.
You ready for
You missed out on a lot then.
Apparently. What's up?
You ready for Ascension to kick back up?
Fuck yeah!
I think many of us are.
You're in full body.
I'm ready for all the RPs.
It feels weird seeing him in full body actually. So.
I know. He's actually trotting around.
Anyway, how you doing, chat?
Look at him go. He's moving.
You guys doing good? You guys got pizza out?
Hell yeah.
I'm
so happy.
Look at you all bundled
it took me
up.
like Hello. Yeah, so this is from the Ascari. The whole hairdo's from the Ascari thing. It's meant to fade out like in the next couple of weeks, basically. And she also got kicked in the head. Yeah, pretty much. They put too much hairspray on her, so yeah.
And now she's like, you know, a librarian except with battle scars.
Pretty much.
No pizza brother will be behind.
It's that librarian
That's a
hairstyle.
sausage
I
shot.
shit you not. It's like Ghostbusters era librarian hair.
Oh god.
Like that like 80s style,
Wait,
right?
Oh, you got a big ass scar there. All right.
Yeah, because she got kicked in the head by a horse.
When the bandage was on the hand, it was kind
That'll
of like,
happen. Hopefully you don't have any permanent brain
about
damage.
it, but now that it's
No, she's just gonna have
bandage is
constant
gone,
headaches.
right?
That's about
Like,
it.
I'm moving my real finger,
So.
and it's like
It's not.
it's kind of
God
fucking
damn it.
with
Okay, hold
me.
on. I think I need to. Hold on.
Get that phantom sense going. Oof.
Yeah,
This,
right.
and
I just feel
this.
short. God, it feels like I'm just too short now because I'm short, but I think it's just because everybody else is tall. So
Everyone else is
I mean,
a giant.
Javier's
Everyone
average
in
height.
Cari's a fucking giant.
you're like what, 5'2"? 6'2".
No,
6'2".
Javier's like
Adala's 6'4".
6'4".
Javier's meant to be 6.
That's odd because
You're
like
6.
I think I'm supposed to be 6 foot, so I guess I'm like 6'5", 6'6" instead.
I'm meant
You
to be
guys are
around
too
6
tall,
foot.
then.
Ah, it's
See,
fine.
I am shorter
I
than
really,
Adara.
I mean, the height doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you are
No, I
shorter.
think we're about on par.
No, if you take off the hair, then no, you're not. You're absolutely
Looking forward to return SRP. So am I. Welcome back, everyone. Hey, why are you not in my friends list?
Why am I not? Friend request. I have no idea because your name is in yellow for me.
I can't help you.
I am somehow.
Oh my god, stop.
Cloud has been resurrected by a necromancer. Burn him.
There you go.
Oh.
That's weird.
Did I get it?
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Oh.
Death.
Because I know I've sent you a friend request like before.
Yeah.
Have you been in streaming mode?
Yeah.
Because
but-
if you're in streamer, because sometimes if you're in streamer mode, you don't get notifications. You don't get them at all.
Yes, but I thought you were already.
Alright, so, actually...
Whatever.
Shit. I forgot to put a crystal in place, but I'll put a crystal in place out the north gate for people who are coming back from the...
I was looking forward to on Saturday. Hell yeah,
If you guys just wanna wait
it's starting back up on Saturday.
After I send everyone in, I'll get a crystal in place for you. Otherwise, it's been a bit over a month. Question mark, time, shenanigans. Don't worry about it too much. A month. A chunk of the worst of winter has passed, but it's still, we're kind of we're getting out of the worst of winter, so it's still gonna be, cold rain and all that because of the climate we live in, so that'll be a thing. Otherwise, though, if y'all wanna run in and get ready, and we will begin shortly. I'll ring the bell. I don't think unless there's anything else you gotta bring up.
No, I got nothing. It's all you, man.
Alright, run in, and I will put the crystal in place for state people.
Thank you.
Very nice.
No. Let's see.
I was already home in character. I didn't go on the trip, but I'm going home.
Alright, they'll be capturing mod. Gotta get Digimon. Let's gotcha. What in the fuck is this?
When we arrived. Okay.
What is this?
This is my expensive suit, courtesy of the Stellards.
Why do you look like you're like a 1980s hustler?
Because it's Yakuza. It's literally Yakuza.
There.
Blessing my child.
Alright!
Oh, you missed the wonders of Boxing Day, by the way. There's been a new religion, Chanel's boxing god, and at the day before Christmas, it was Boxing Day, where basically everybody punches the shit out of each other in a battle royale, and the winner gets ice cream.
I would have annihilated everyone.
Hold on. Yeah, you would have. Sig one because,
to be fair, yeah, I can see it. Actually, wait, you beat Samantha?
Samantha passed out.
Okay.
We beat the shit. DM Chanel beat the shit out of
DM1, everyone.
DM1. Okay, DM1.
DM1.
Wait, DM1 for who?
For the people who went on the Stellar trip.
Okay, alright. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I was in town. Alright.
Everyone else can just dive into town. I'll ring the bell in a minute.
Alright, y'all. Time to get back to it. Thanks for being here as usual. Good to be back doing our P stuff again. Yeah. Cari town today. We'll see how far we go, how long we stay, what's going on. It's been a while, so I remember how to actually guildmaster. And then Saturday we start up with Ascension again. So hooray! Then I have to remember how to Jamie all over again, which is another set of things. Anywho. Oh man. It literally feels like it's been a fucking century since I've last been in here doing this. So thanks everyone for joining back up. On Saturday, I think I'm going to start stream a little bit early. There's some fun little stat things that I wanted to share everyone from last year to kind of thank everyone, because I'll just show this. Okay, so that right there, so 2131 followers, right? I was stuck on about 1,600 for about 4 years. So, now to be fair, there was a large part in there where I wasn't streaming very much because of the job that I held. But I really didn't ever think that I was going to get above that because, my time had kind of passed. And so the support I got in that last, 4 or 5-ish months of the year was just absolutely mind-blowing. And I wanted to share some fun little stats that we can go through before we have a full-on stream for A on Saturday. But I feel like more people are going to be here Saturday. So, yeah, that's going to happen then. So, as usual, thanks for everyone for being here, as I said. Hopefully I'm not going to be too loud. Please let me know if I'm, overly loud. Because, once again, trying to, I don't remember how I'm supposed to position my mic. I think it's fine right now, but in case I'm too loud, please let me know. And I'll try to make those micro adjustments. As usual, There are going to be times when I'm not going to be able to answer you guys' questions / comments in chat. I do my best that I can, which sometimes gets me into trouble, but, you know, it's all right. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get started here, and we'll see what kind of weirdness comes out today. I would assume that canonically it's been pretty quiet. The Guildmaster would have written a couple of letters home. Probably to his family and most likely to his wife and kid. But I thought about it and I was like, would he have gone home? And I decided no. Probably because it would have been... I think he would have felt like it would have been a little bit of a dereliction of duty at this point to leave this town in the state that it has been. So, for the past month, I would have said the Guildmaster's probably just been hanging out and enjoying the fact that things quieted down and became less hectic. And the town especially would have been a lot more quiet. But yeah, that's kind of the backstory. Everything goes screwy on technology level. Shows store break out of wall. It works for me all the time. So I did get my Tundra trackers. I am wearing the 2 on my feet, but the one that I've been using on my hip has been drifting like mad. So I did go back and put on my old Vive tracker for my hip. Thankfully, the same receiver works for all of it because it's basically all the same technology. So hopefully it doesn't look too screwy. Hopefully everything's fine. Let me know if there's anything, if I start like drifting off into space. I shouldn't, but just in case. Anyway, let's get going. I think we should get going. Throwing a brick at it sounds like a pretty good idea, but I also think I don't want to, you know, waste the money. Rats again.
Sir?
Yes.
Can you see him?
I don't know why she's afraid of me. What happened?
Good morning, Claude.
Good morning. Good morning, Guildmaster.
Rumors been going around that you've been dead this entire time.
Did anyone bother to check my room?
I would have thought somebody would. If I had known where you lived.
See that thought?
Gilliam said that he
People
found your
probably had
body in
that
the back room.
Huh?
Gilliam said that he found you in the back room dead.
Miss Kyoko, I have a question for you.
Really thought.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Why are you paying any attention to what Gilliam says?
What did
I'm
I
just
say?
playing along,
Hello?
sir.
Oh my god,
I'm here.
hi. Oh, you look good.
I'm here for Mead.
Dress?
Yes,
Suit,
this
rather?
is what I wore. This is my new clothing. Yes, I'm here for Mead.
Oh.
How are you, Claude?
Right.
Oh, shiny.
I'm doing alright.
We have an
I
update.
Slept.
We have an update to
Slept a
the
lot.
guild system now.
I thought
We
you were
have a thing
homesick
called
for a
dailies.
while, I assumed. Glad
it-
you're not.
It
Don't
you know,
was
me.
William just
Oh no, I was a little bit. No, I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit under the weather, but you know.
Away from the rebel, yes.
Okay. William handed me some letters last time. I believe it was a month and a while ago. We have a new system in place called dailies, where in order to boost up the economic system of the town, certain adventurers get to pick out certain, quests. Basically, boar and deer are in high demand. 1 gold per 10 pounds.
Very well.
So, and but only one of these quests can be issued per day.
Is it only one person, or are they allowed to take
Oh no, one group. No.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can take. It's one group, but only one. So one batch of adventurers, like first come first serve, if they want that gold, and it's voluntary, so they don't have to do it. But it's available to them if they want.
Adventuring is always voluntary, Miss Kyoko, but I appreciate the note. It's very quiet this past month.
Yes. 1 moment. We did, in fact, get scrolls. Alright, there we go. We did get an update for Mr. Leon, the tanner. We managed to find him both teachers. I believe our dear cook is teaching him swordsmith, not Claude. And there's a fairy.
Wow.
Yes, and there's a fairy who's moved in recently. We call her V, and not to be confused with Vivi. She's apparently teaching Leon magic.
I'm sure nothing will go horribly wrong with that.
Yeah, especially because she accepted the gold payment.
Yes, well, Miss Kyoko, how much have you experience do you have with fairies?
I've heard rumors and legends. I haven't dealt with them personally before, but the stuff that I've heard, not so pleasant.
Yeah.
She brought the town fairy wine. A big casket.
Did everybody manage to
in the back
keep their insides from being on the outside?
Yeah. Yeah, nobody drank from it. I do have a worrying. I did get word that Javier bought his own 3 bottles of fairy wine and took them up to the Walsh Manor. I haven't heard from him in a while, so don't know if he's dead.
Lovely.
Apart from that, I think that's all the updates.
Very well, Miss Kyoko. We shall see what today brings. I've enjoyed the peace and quiet of the last month, but I suspect it won't be long-lived.
I'm guessing it's because more than half the town went off with Mr. Samantha over to his family estate.
Yes.
It should be coming back any day now. Said it was going to take it like a month or so.
So much for the peace and quiet.
Good morning, Vivi.
Hi. We're back for lunch. From the Scotty, so.
We were just talking about that. Sir, they're back, apparently. We were
Hmm.
expecting you...
Miss
We were
Vivi.
expecting you guys to be coming by in a couple of days, but you guys are early. Alright.
I don't think so.
How was your trip,
17
by the
days
way?
on the. It was okay. I got kicked in the head by a horse. That was something.
And yet you survived. Good
Yeah,
job. That tends to end
hard head,
rather
apparently, so-
poorly for others.
Yeah. So I've heard.
Mm.
Are you alright?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
This happened days ago. It's fine.
Okay. I was just worried because
I got medical when I was there. So. Excuse me.
Alright.
Yeah, I got medical when I was there when I did get kicked in the head, but you know.
Alright. Okay.
If the headaches start, I believe you do know where to seek medical assistance.
Sup? Miss me?
Good morning. Good. It's been
Of course, sir.
quiet. I'm gonna miss that quiet.
Hmm.
Not.
I'm serious.
People kept running around throwing theories out and everything. So. Oh, it.
Don't count them.
Time to assume the position.
Sorry for any noise disturbances.
I'm honestly, it's fine. Listen, whatever game board you decide to play, it's not my business. You guys have your own fun. It's not my business.
You're still here, I see. Lovely.
Guildmaster?
Mr. Light.
Excuse me, coming through.
Miss Tulip.
Mr. Gomez.
Back in town for the day and we're gonna tackle the guild.
Good morning, Guildmaster.
Mr. Sigurd.
Good morning, Guildmaster. Good to see you again.
Yes. I hope the trip was illuminating.
Yes, I got some very deserved rest, for the most part.
You got some very well-deserved rest at our end-of-year scuffle.
Yes, considering I briefly died and Maria and Chanel had to resuscitate me.
Perhaps next
His
time.
sister can pack one hell of a punch.
Yes. Taking punches is not advisable, Mr. Sigurd.
Yes, I'll have to. I suppose I overestimated my durability, for lack of a better term. Yes, I wasn't expecting.
At least we lasted longer than my usual. At least we lasted longer than my usual record.
Well, at least we did something.
I mean, we broke the 4 minutes. That's all that matters.
All I remember is going to attack Lewis, and then I'm in a completely different room. So, and being told I died. So,
Hey there.
Lewis is quite apt with the spears, so you can see why they call her the dancing spear.
Yeah. That's
monkey.
Monkey? What?
Yes, he is wearing the fancy monkey suit. It's not a monkey suit. Why would we make a suit out of monkeys? That's very...
Yes, that doesn't make any sense. That would also be...
Wouldn't it be like... that...
that'd be
I'm trying to
more
think
like
of the
leather.
logistics of a monkey
wouldn't it?
suit. Well, it depends, because monkeys sometimes have like the fur, but then it would be on.
Wouldn't it be like very short, like fur suit?
I'm just
There
glad
are
it's
some-
not
Seems like
one
it'd
of
be
a
uncomfortable.
baboon. I would hate to see what your rear would look like.
All right, I think I'm going to go grab not a drink, but maybe something to eat after that.
Yes, the food on the boat wasn't exactly the best.
By the way, Guildmaster, do you know anything about the flipped over wagon?
Flipped over wagon.
Yes, there was a wagon on site with everything thrown around it. That's where I found this.
And which way?
It's on the pathway from the farms.
Very well. I will have Mr. Sigurd, once he is done with his morning duties, investigate with, well, something. That weaponry makes me think it is, I'm not sure where that would be coming from. I may have to check with Mr. William if we expected a shipment of something, or if something was to be guarded.
Oh.
Thank you for bringing it to my attention,
I asked him
Mr.
about it, and he
Roll.
knew nothing about it.
I will see if there's any adventurers around who can investigate them, Mr. Roll.
Oh. Okay.
Do be careful
You
with
take care,
that.
Guildmaster.
Try not to use the pointy end.
Oh.
Maybe in the market hour.
Mr. William.
Has Roll got to you yet?
Yeah, something about a flipped over cart with its goods strewn about.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, but.
Guildmaster, it's been a while.
You're looking very fancy today, Mr. Strauss.
Courtesy of the Stellards, went to the trip to the estate with as one of the guests, and they were handing out outfits to everyone who was there.
Can you even bend your knees in those boots?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Vaguely. I can hear them creaking.
It's quite comfortable, really. I've actually made one of these boots myself one time. It's not the first time I wore one like this either. The leather's pretty flexible.
Very well, Mr. Strauss. I'm glad you have cleaned up since the unfortunate time. Mr. William.
Yes.
Is there to be an official guild quest to go investigate the cart, or shall
I'll take my leave then.
Guards take care of this?
Probably worth sending a couple adventures. I don't know what's up with it. It doesn't seem like there's any people or bodies or anything from what Roll said, so it might just be the axle tipped and they gave up on it because they couldn't move the boxes or something. But either way,
it
there's
is
nothing they'll run into on the
concerning
way.
to Mr. William if Mr. Roll found a rather shiny-looking spear. I would hate to think that it was from someone who guarded it, and they are now... Oof.
Yeah, it's possible too if he found weapons discarded there.
Hmm.
Oh, I'll have to see though. But yeah, we'll probably send them out shortly.
Very well, I can see you who is around to accept the quest when they are done settling back in from their trip.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if we should do that. Probably before the assembly and council meeting, because got a lot of crap to go over with the records I've been sorting through.
Of course. I will
Good morning,
go
Unfortunately, I
track
didn't
some down,
find-
Mr. Samuel. Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning. I will. Yes, we'll probably be having a council meeting in about 20 minutes, roughly.
Understood. I'll be up there soon.
Very well.
Gotta send some adventurers
Mr.
out first, so it
Samuel.
won't be super urgent. But
Mm-hmm.
How far away from
Apparently, Doormaster Sig is already getting ready to check it out.
oh, is he?
In a hurry.
We were gonna send some adventurers.
Oh my goodness, imagine riding Squeaky around with Yazuzumis.
fucking amazing. Do they have it?
Mr. Lance.
Thank you, God.
Yes, sir.
Can you fetch Miss Vivi? I have something to talk to you two about.
Coffee and
Yes, sir.
sandwich.
Claude, you're gonna run the bar for a little bit. Vivi.
You had the opportunity to drink now. What do you get?
You'll need
I
these
guess
tacos.
now I'll help.
Oh, is that
What do you
it
got?
was in a sauna.
Just two?
Get my jacket, man. Give me a second.
You're all good.
Here we go.
Pretty sure he's up.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure Mr. Rawl came in here blabbering about it already, but are you two up for an early morning short investigation?
I haven't heard him come in here just yet, but to be fair, I came in a little bit later from the party and everything. Yeah, sure. What do you need?
I saw Roll, but I didn't hear what he was saying.
There is a tipped over cart with goods strewn about, and, well, its owners seem to be missing. I am slightly concerned because, well, Roll found a spear out there, and if there's a spear, there was likely a guard, and if there's a spear and no guard, then I have no idea where they may have poofed off to. All it would be is to check the cart and see what you can ascertain, see if you can find any footprints, or, well, just figure out what may have happened. There's no need to chase around anybody, but just to get an idea of what may have happened.
Alright, scan around, try to see if we can find any kind of evidence of anything. Don't dig too deep, just enough that we can get an idea of what might have happened. Head back home.
If for some reason you two are ambushed, don't stick around to get back to town. We don't need you to lose limbs or get kicked in the head by something else over this.
Understood, sir. We'll make sure it's taken care of.
You're free to depart
All
as
right.
soon as possible. We're trying to make sure that we understand what is happening before our morning meeting. From what I understand, the cart is on the path towards the farm. That way.
So out the south gate?
Yes.
Understood. Vivi, meet you in front of here. You want to get your gear?
I hope dearly
I'll go get my gear then, so.
that the werewolf didn't come out of the crypt to have a little snack.
I hope that didn't happen either, so.
Yes.
Hope not either.
Very well. You may depart whenever it is you're ready. There's no need to let me know.
Not entirely, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Meet you in front of the tavern.
Morning, Mr. Adala.
What's up?
believe this is the first time I've seen you with your torso, not a bear.
You have V to thank for that one, but don't get too used to it, alright?
Well, at least you're not going to
either
freeze
this
out
or
there.
freeze to death.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
A good call, Mr. Adala. I knew you were a wise one.
I prefer being alive, believe it or not.
And where did Mr. William go?
Just careful with the silverware. I know you're excited.
Any news out there, Mr. Adala?
I mean, out in the world? I don't know. I was kind of on a boat for a couple of weeks, so...
No, you were out with the rest of them?
That's with Sam and his little entourage, yeah.
I did not take you one to, travel with a group like that, Mr. Adala.
Yeah, depends on the company.
A fair point.
It's dangerous traveling the roads alone. Short distances, yeah, I can do that. Foraging trips are pretty easy, but if I'm going place to place, fuck no. Tagging along with a caravan or merchant or, some sort of, people know what the fuck they're doing.
And what's the outside world away from Caritan, Mr. Adala?
I don't know, a little weird.
Mr. Thomas.
I mean, everything kind of looks. Everything
Good morning
seems
to you.
simpler, but then again, you don't really know the day-to-day bullshit when you're traveling, so.
Is it very true?
Have you already issued the quest for the wagon?
Yes, Mr. Lance
Heading
and
out
Mr.
right
B
now?
will be heading out. Are you
they're-
joining them?
I came back from the guards scouting the area. There's reports of goblins over that way.
Do be careful, you two.
Oh no, goblins.
Oh yeah, right.
Great.
Okay.
Though there was an odd instance where I don't know what exactly it was, but it was very eerie, to say the least.
Okay. That's ominous.
As long as it is not,
like elves?
as long as it is not our guest from the crypt that got outside for a little snack, that is all I care about, Mr. Thomas.
Yes, I was doing research on this over our little winter escapade as I went back to Noria for a little bit. I had gone into the crypt the other day, and something had taken my book. I do not know where it has gone, but it is very special to me. It has a couple notes, so I do not know if we can have a little bit of search party to see if we can find it.
Down in like looser outfits myself.
Inside the crypt?
Would be good for a party though.
Yes, I went for a short bit with a few other adventurers the other day, and it seems that it is
Yeah, no
is
problem.
missing.
Just got
I
back from
do
the
not
trip.
know what happened. I set it down and
whenever
it's
you're
gone, so
able
I
to.
don't. Maybe something knocked it. I would need more adventurers to go find it. I only realized when I came back to my room.
Lose it all in the card game or something.
Is the werewolf gone?
It did not bother the last week or so since I've been back, but If it is there, it is there. If it is gone, I do not know. But it did not bother me, so I guess it's is okay for now.
From the Stellards.
As what I talked to Mr. Sigurd, he said that as long as it do not bother it, it should not bother me. So.
V showed some interest.
I will talk with the others during the council meeting
I'll
about
give it to you
this.
right away. Thanks.
All right, if it is possible, let me know. I'll set up a quest for afternoon for a little bit. Should hopefully not be too long. If it is just in there somewhere, it's in there. If something is taking it, well, we shall see what happens.
Makes sense.
Of course, Mr. Thomas.
She's living in Velivore most of her life, so she hasn't really traveled.
Well, yes. Thank you very
Thankfully,
much for
she
this.
wasn't that bad,
I
but
will see you
on the
later.
way
I need
to
to go
the
get some breakfast for myself.
Stellard Estate.
Please do.
All right.
Well, I'll leave it to it.
Oh, well. Okay. Talk to you later. Talk to you later.
Mm-hmm. I wonder where she ran off to this time.
Huh. How's it going, Squeakums? I can help you. Just hanging out.
Hey, Conf, you here?
Yep.
I just letting you know, Lance and Vivi went out there.
Yep, they're here already.
Okay, just making
It's
sure.
very
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
What? Fuck it, man. Nothing better to do.
Yes.
Oh, I just sort of stand here and say hello. Been a while.
Yes. I've enjoyed the quiet, Mr. Samuel. This last month has been nice and peaceful. I suppose a little bit of a break for you as well. Nobody rushing in and out of your clinic.
Yes. Quite calm, but well, you know how it is. Always the calm before the storm.
That is what I'm afraid of.
At some point, there will
Mr.
be another
Samuel.
thing.
Yes.
I don't think it would be. We have some peace still yet, I think.
That would be my hope for the rest of time, Mr. Samuel, but this place, well... You've been here for the same craziness that the rest of us have.
So I've heard.
How much do you know of Roderick, Mr. Samuel?
Nothing. Maybe I do, I just don't remember.
Next
Cool.
to wild lands. Of things in forests that should not be. There's an everyday way of life there. Mr. Samuel, this place splits
Good morning,
like a
friend.
shame. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Samuel. Guildmaster. I hate to interrupt both of your conversations. Actually, Mr. Guildmaster, at some point, would it be alright if I spoke with you?
I am to have a morning meeting with the rest of the council. Perhaps after that would suit you fine.
It would. Thank you so kindly for letting me allow to take some of your time up.
Of course.
Thank you. I'll leave you to it.
Mr. Yuki.
Guildmaster?
Curious.
What is it?
That boy is wild usually. Now he suddenly seems docile.
Partners have that effect. Sometimes.
He walks a dangerous line.
Sorry, so I've heard.
Do you know who you are, Mr. Samuel?
Who I am? Samuel Fur. Or do you mean more metaphorically?
Do you know who you are, Mr. Samuel? Not your name, not your profession, but who you are.
I reckon.
I don't believe Mr. Yuki does.
I see.
I believe Mr. Yuki has an idea of what he wants to be. But ideas are dangerous, Mr. Samuel. You do not understand the core of the idea you have. Well, you're no better than a court jester playing a role.
I'm starting to see your point. Hello, Spooky.
Yes. I believe this one knows what they are more than Mr. Yuki does. Not that I have any idea how it's making those noises, but nothing here surprises me anymore.
Honestly, me neither. What? What?
Mr. Samuel, if it starts talking, I think I may have to kill something.
Well, there it goes. You know, for a rat that has a remarkable understanding of a common.
And yet it is not even the strangest thing I've seen here.
No, far stranger indeed.
As I was saying, Mr. Samuel, Roderick is a place of weirdness, of monsters and unknowns. And yet this place puts that to shame.
I'll take your word for it.
That is why I was sought by the guild to lead this place. They needed somebody who could handle unexpected and...
Well, they've got the right men. Okay, I believe it's time. We should probably get going. Oh, careful.
Very well, Mr. Samuel. Have a good day.
Well, council meeting is probably around about now.
Oh, right. I was hoping to have Mr. Lance or Miss Vivi show back up, but, well... I do hope they have not run into anything.
I'd hope not either.
The werewolf situation still concerns me. But I expect Ascension students will show back up at some point, and maybe we can, well, take a further step at that point.
Perhaps. I know Maria has been feeding it and taking care of it, essentially. That's in the crypt. Keeping it docile.
Mr. Thomas lost something in the crypts, apparently, and wishes to send adventurers to find it. I hesitate because I do not want to agitate the beast. But if we are keeping our
I'm
end
rather
of the
confused. What do you
bargain,
lose?
I hope it keeps its end. Apparently, Mr. Thomas put down a book of his, and suddenly it was missing. Who knows?
Who knows? Still no one here. Pretty sure it should be right about now. He did say around 20 minutes.
Yes. I can either wait here or I can walk back down, and Mr. Samuel, I'd feel like not aggravating my joints more.
Sounds reasonable. Is the mayor around, or is he asleep?
I've not seen or heard of the mayor in quite some time, actually.
I've heard there's been some altercations. Apparently, there's been some trouble.
There always is, Mr. Samuel.
At least according to Maria.
I suspect the mayor got himself into a spot of trouble again and is trying to clean it up himself. As long as it does not affect the town, well, that is his business.
True.
I don't believe I've asked you this, Mr. Samuel. Do you have relatives still somewhere?
My mother died when I was young. My father died a few years ago, before Noria fell. I have an uncle somewhere, I think. My mother's brother. And grandparents, I believe, in Eos, I think.
And you did not seem to perhaps see them over the holidays?
Not really. We're rather estranged, honestly. My mother's side of the family in Eos. After she died, communications just kind of stopped, more or less. And it was just me and my father. My father's parents were long dead by the time I was born, I think.
I
And what
have
about you?
the option to going back to Roderick to see, well, a rather large, sizable portion of the family, but considering how things go in this place, leaving for an extended amount of time did not seem prudent. Last time I left, even though I had no choice in that, it was guild business. Well, the town nearly got taken over. Well, did get taken over by bandits.
I know. I was there.
Yes.
I did try to keep things in order, because unfortunately the mayor was also predisposed. And it was only me of the council.
And as such,
Lady
I did
Walsh
not
standing in.
seem need to abandon the town again and come back to it, well, smoldering this time.
Well, much better now.
Yes. I do wonder if we should go and find where everyone else is.
Oh.
Well, hello.
Pardon us. We're just dropping off some items.
No
Was
worries.
this retrieved
wish.
from the cart?
Yeah, we're storing these until we can properly identify who they belong to.
And of course.
Can I leave this here as well?
Yes, you should. Thank you.
If you see Mr. Lance and Miss Vivi down there, do let them know that I will speak to them later.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I might sit here for a little while. If you'd like to go down, feel free.
I feel as though if I leave, they will come here, and then they leave, and I get back, and round we will go.
Sounds about right.
I will wait a few minutes. If they have not shown up, I will see if I can round them up.
Who do we have in town right now?
From the council, I believe it will be Mr. Sigurd and Mr. William.
To go get. Oh, it's Sigby. I believe he was about. Oh. You two are back.
Gentlemen?
Mr. Lance, yes.
So, we arrived on point. We had to deal with this roughly about 2 goblins. There may have been more, but they ran off. We thought maybe they were the ones who were the culprits, but then we noticed that there were some large slashes. They were not large slashes, large gashes in the road from when the cart was heavily turning, meaning it was running from something. We looked around. Couldn't have been the werewolf because there would have been a lot more of a
carnage
mess, so to speak. Yeah, but then we ran into a creature that we ran into during the fishing trip as well. It looks like a giant, fat, 2-legged beast with 2 giant horns. Horns strong enough to break stone easily. It seems to eat stone regularly. I'd say it's roughly about maybe the size of about 3-4 of those chests. Maybe a little bit more.
Lovely.
It's a big one, I'll tell you that much. It seems like it's claimed the southern area as a bit of its territory. So the cart was probably just riding through there and got caught. We didn't find the survivor, but we also didn't find any blood or anything, so there's a good chance he probably just gunned it.
I'm surprised they didn't make for town, but well, perhaps we'll have somebody show up looking for their goods at some point today. Very well, Mr. Lance.
We made sure to retrieve all of it and then return it with the barracks, so all of it should be safely brought back.
Yeah, I see they have packed it up in there. Very well, Mr. Lance. When I am done with the morning meeting, I will give you both your rewards. Should be at least a gold apiece.
Yes, sir. The creature itself doesn't seem too aggressive. It kind of seems like one of those, you act wildly around me, I'll act wildly around you. We were able to safely get away from it just by walking slowly and moving away quietly.
Very well.
I'm afraid this thing would probably demolish any kind of shield we had against it. And unfortunately, I think with our current dryad situation, things like this might get worse.
Good to see you again. Lovely. Well, Mr. Sigurd, if you could find Mr. Williams so we could get this morning meeting underway, that would be fantastic. Mr. Lance,
will
Mr.
go find
Vivi, I will find you after the meeting is done. Thank you very much. There may be something else later
Yes,
on
sir.
today. If we agree to let it happen, it may be a little bit more dangerous, and I will not send you out if I do not believe that we have enough personnel to cover the dangers for it.
Understood.
Yes, sir.
And if you do see Mr. William out there, please let him know to come on up here.
We'll make sure to let him know for you if we see him.
Thank you very much.
Let's go. I'm just going to, sorry, this was my breakfast from earlier and I didn't get to finish it, so I'm just going to, sorry, terribly sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead, it's alright.
Please do.
Well, that's very encouraging. Calm before the storm.
I do not quite buy this docility. And nevertheless, we cannot have a beast stalking roads and attacking anything that walks into its territory. We already are...
Not ideal.
Well, things have been hard with the food shortage. We can ill afford an entire road to be closed off.
Winter. Just scraped by.
That having been said, it does not seem as though it would be a pressing issue at this time, at least.
True. True.
I assume you will not be present today. Not here, but just in general.
They've been rather busy. Sleepy too. I do intend to, have a little talk of encouragement with them, to some degree. Goodbye. Hello.
Welcome back.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Very well. I was merely attempting to see what adventures I could potentially count on being around today. Seems as though Miss Chanel has not shown herself yet either. I would hesitate to send an adventuring party into the crypts if there are only 2 of them.
Well, how pressing is the matter? Is it the search for the?
Yes, it is Mr. Thomas's book. It is not a emergency. It can afford to wait.
Wait a while, maybe. To be honest.
If Miss Chanel were to show, I would feel a lot more comfortable. Her magic can, well, it is effective versus things that walk around in crypts.
May I ask who this Miss Chanel is, actually? Come to think of it.
You have not seen her yet? Is a darker skin and is a priest of the god of punching, apparently. Came wandering into town the day that the werewolf battle took place with an orc. They seem to be of the same faith.
Oh no, I do recall her now. That was a while ago.
Yes.
I only met her very briefly. I didn't know she worshipped the god of punching. That's new.
There's a god for everything if you really want to find it, Mr. Samuel. Make up something and someone will worship it eventually.
Probably. I don't know.
I think you are aware of that all too much.
That I am, but I'm not really the spiritual type, generally speaking. At least not in the faith sense.
Yes. But her powers are real, so there is something to it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the long run, that is all that matters.
Velen actually offered to teach me a bit of magic, potentially. But never really got around to it, unfortunately. So, I don't know.
In your profession, Mr.
Anyway,
Samuel, that might be valuable.
Potentially. So I've heard that, all magic can heal to some degree, depending on the element, but everything can... just a matter of different ways of doing it, you know?
It is true, although some magic, while healing, also will do damage to whatever it is that it is healing.
That is true. Depends on what it is, though.
Yes.
At least it can depend. But my primary affinity is dark. So it's one of those things where it's I might have an idea of the kind of thing that dark healing would be, but I'm not entirely sure it's necessarily how to put this pleasant.
It is one of those things which is useful, Mr. Samuel, but often frowned upon. Those types of healing magics are the ones that are usually done by those who seek to do more harm than good. But I have seen some who have utilized dark affinity to healing their comrades. But yes, where light is often soothing, dark is violent and crunchy.
What do you mean by crunchy?
Have you ever heard the sound of bones being snapped back together forcefully?
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, because...
Light seems to softly form things back together. Darkness snaps. The end result is the same, but well, the effects on a psyche is something else.
Well, I'm not. I can't say I necessarily mind. You know, how to put this without sounding strange. I'm a surgeon, so crunching and squelching are not don't really bother me too much, to be honest. But all the same, I think it would be quite discomforting for the patient.
Yes. But then again, Mrs. Samuel, if it was the difference between my spine being broken or not, I would much prefer the crunching.
I'll keep it as note.
Amusingly enough, Mrs. Samuel, my affinity is light.
That is my secondary.
I have no other. But I was never any proficient in the healing arts. My family knows a old.
What's the issue?
Gilliam is saying he's part of the council now because
Pardon?
The mayor has deemed it so. I told him the council is not informed of such things, so no, he's not. But he's also trying to set fire to a cart in the middle of the market. He's refusing to listen to me. I've already threatened arrest. And...
I'm sorry, if you think you can burn a cart in the middle of the... Oh, gods. Look, no. No. That's...
Recognize her? Like, she left when I was like, babe.
Yeah.
Mr. Gilliam.
Yes, hello. What's up?
What is this about you setting fire to a cart?
No, I was saying that
He was
if there are
threatening to set
bandits in the
fire to the
wagon, we should burn the wagon and we should bring it out of town and burn the wagon if it's dangerous because nobody can figure out who brought a wagon, left it in the middle of the road.
It's a wagon.
So I thought maybe we were getting a... I thought there were bandits maybe in it, just hiding, waiting to attack.
Mr. Gilliam, please let the town guard take care of security issues.
One of the town guards
Town
was
guards
maybe,
are taking care
you
of a
know...
goblin and no the creatures outside of town, apparently.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
there's a
yet
bigger threat.
there's two guards right there. I
Why
suggest...
they're lacking on their job, it's our fault.
I suggest you let
doing
them
something else.
do
Yeah.
what they are paid to do.
So black shirt.
How much guards are paid?
Sig, apparently there was
Mr.
witness,
Sigurd, let's go.
I think
Oh, okay.
anywhere
I'll tell
between
you
3
later.
to 5. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, it's still a lot longer than us humans.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean though.
Something about, what if there's bandits inside the cart? What now? Do we burn down every house because there might be bandits inside?
let me guess, that was Gilliam's reasoning?
Yes.
You just don't burn a cart because you think it might have bandits in it.
10 minutes
Someone's
back in
property.
town and he's already making trouble. Mr. Sigurd, if he continues to be abrasive, throw him in a brig for a day and see if he settles down.
Yes, sir.
Do you happen to know whose cart that is in the middle of town, Mr. William?
I do not.
Hmm.
But it's probably just some merchant.
That would be my guess. Anyway, go ahead. Now that we're all assembled.
Finally.
Alright, yeah. So, to catch people up, I suppose, because I know some people have been away on there doing business and stuff. Anyway, yes. Summarize. Some people went to check the Dryad's Grove a bit over a month ago to see if there were any signs of the Dryad, because he's been kind of gone for a while. They were able to get through the barrier that's been there for a while, like 5 or 6 months since the bandit attacks. I don't remember how long ago that was at this point.
Yes, we walked right
They were able
through.
to get through that barrier. And inside they found a bunch of scrolls, a book, just general stuff that seems like it was the Dryads based on the note that was translated, which I got some notes on. It was an old Elven though, so it wasn't really a perfect translation, but to summarize for the sounds of it, it sounds like he went out and was looking for something relating to the rat constructs from ages ago. And it looks like he's gone towards Noria. Maybe even to Noria. And he's been gone for like 2 months at least, so.
Yes, it seems he gone long enough that, well, I suppose he would have some sort of connection with his grove, or what have you.
Yeah. Whatever spell he put up is kind of
Is fading.
Mhm.
And I think creatures in the area are starting to realize there is no longer anyone here claiming it as theirs. Which seems to have the animals.
Yeah. So far, it seems still mostly peaceful, though my standard of peaceful is kind of skewed because we dealt with, rabbits trying to eat people for like 4 months straight. So they're not that bad. They're getting a little bit weird, but they're not bad weird. Just kind of weird.
I will say that when the information was first given to me, a week or so before I went on an expedition out to the Grove myself, I did write a letter to Norali asking for some assistance because I fear the worst, because it's part of my job to fear the worst. I don't know exactly what happened to the one controlling these rat constructs, but I did explain my they portrayed a sense of urgency. If they have returned to raise more, we still have, the guard hasn't recovered Zane's nonsense, and
From the paperwork that was turned in by the Academy and the CAF, they seem to think, as well as a report from actually one of our I think it was Blake, the red hair, maybe.
Yes, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been him. He seems to think that the person who started the rat stuff was captured. Apparently, there was another combatant besides Zane that was detained in the fight, but
Yes, there was a gentleman that was brought in, I think, into the
I didn't
medical.
see anything. Unfortunately, I was busy up in the keep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems like
And
I was the only one that wasn't informed.
I have not been informed either, but that is all right.
He was quarantined of sorts in one of our little, rooms. But I don't know what actually happened to him beyond that. You'd have to ask Maria, honestly.
Well,
From what was reported, they took him off to one of their prisons. The CIF did.
Oh.
But
Well,
that's
my
all I
letter would
know, and
have
they
been
didn't-
drastically different had I known any of this. I expressed that should we be attacked by more constructs, because the guard is still in pitiful numbers, I would do what I could to protect the town. I would try to, evacuate the city as best I could, and I told her that if you get this too late, then I'm dead. I may have jumped the gun, but I wasn't informed that he was arrested.
We talked about a militia, didn't we?
Yes.
Some time ago. About organizing. Well, we talked about a militia of sorts, like organizing civilians, training them up a little bit, giving them some martial, at least something. It's better than nothing.
Yes. Oh, well,
the ability to fight.
We have tried on several occasions, but things seem to be busy. And we haven't had a chance to actually conduct an open training. So.
Well, we have calm right now of sorts, at least the calm as far as we can get it. Take the opportunity. I'd recommend.
Once we deal with the rock beast, I would be more than happy. Yes, we. I was reported that there was a overturned cart. A few of us went to investigate. We found goblins looting it. We took care of the goblins. And while we were investigating, there seems to be this very large creature with tusks and a stubby tail. It would bang its tusks against a rock, knocking rocks loose, and it seemed to eat the rocks.
Oh,
But
those are fucking. What are they called? I don't remember what they're called. I don't like terrible with animal names. They're not super common around here, but they're up more towards the mountains. They are bug something. I don't remember their name. But yeah, they.
Well, then why would it be down here?
If there's a void in predators, then I can see it finding more open pasture, as it were.
Do you know if they're really aggressive?
Normally no, but they're pretty defensive if you mess with them. Like a lot of animals, they're more prone to facing you down than running away, from what I have heard.
Are they territorial?
Mostly they kind of roam around. It's weird that they're not in the mountains, but it might have come down for the mines or something. I don't know, because they eat rocks to get minerals and stuff.
Well, if it's not territorial, maybe we can scare it back towards the mountains. We
I
don't have to kill
believe
it.
it might be prudent to do a little bit more research on these beasts. If they are known, then there should be at least something about.
Yeah, I don't have the best memory. I just kind of remember that because I remember.
Does anyone have a key to the library?
I have to ask one of the ladies. Well,
I could get a key,
the
but
Walshes maybe. Hmm.
or the
If we can
Walshes
get
if they're
inside the
around, but-
library, I can go through the books, see if I can find a book on creatures, and see if it's in the books.
I believe we should have a master
That
key
would
to
just
most of the
happen,
buildings in town, but
Yeah,
would
we
rather
have them
not.
kept for emergencies.
Yes, I would rather not. Well, do sanctioned
Force
breaking
somebody
entering.
Yeah. Well, the owners are
Fair
gone.
enough.
That having been said, if the owners of the bookstore continue being away, well, at that point we may need to do so in order to get the information we need.
I can look into the when the leases expire as well, because they do have to pay a tax on it.
In the meantime, I will look around in my own personal collection and see if I can find anything about this particular animal.
I would appreciate it. I'd rather not kill it if we didn't have to.
Yes.
On to the matters of that, though. I spent a lot of time over the winter break compiling, while everyone else was off on some trip, compiling the gate records for people signing in and out of the gates. I noticed a lot of them were out of order, unfortunately, but I was able to put together the time frame of when the last fires were taking place. Many months ago at this point, 6 months, 7 months, something like that. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of the records are unfortunately somewhat vague, but at least for what we wanted, trying to figure out identities, because anyone can just change their name and we don't really keep track of appearance. Very, yeah, it's you can only describe somebody as like dude with brown hair so many ways, and it's not really
Yes.
useful. But I was able to find several oddities of people who checked in but then never checked out again, or people who checked out but we don't have records of them checking in that are registered as merchants. There's also a couple fishermen. There was the one fisherman who was found dead is one of those as well. They checked in but never checked back out. Because it was burned or something. I don't remember. There might have been another fisherman. A lot of the names aren't really kept super. We just have people like this guy fisherman, this guy fisherman. So like I said, it's hard to kind of narrow things down, but there are definitely a lot of inconsistencies. But I couldn't find anyone of that matched the name of the merchant who was in town recently.
I still think he might be the one who is setting fire to everything. Just don't have proof. Short of seeing him do it.
Yeah. Because all it would take is him changing his name and then not being here for a month, and we'd probably forget his face.
Yes,
So many people
and
come
he was
through
the
the
only
gate,
one. He was the only one in the area at the time, so he claims. He doesn't have an alibi. His alibi is himself. He's our only suspect.
flimsy at best.
I agree.
Yeah, not enough to really.
Well, it's flimsy. It's nothing. I can't act on it.
That is your end of things, Mr. Sigurd. I trust that you will. You know what you will be doing.
Yes, I just need to live a little bit more on him, and then I could reasonably make an arrest. I was hoping. Well, I was hoping he was dumb and used the same name, and he matched up, but I feared that he was smart.
Yes.
And it doesn't help we have the break-ins as well.
Sometimes we do forget just how many individuals live in this place, Mr. Sigurd. Unfortunately,
Yes.
we won't be able to catch all of them.
Well, I have a suspect for that, but I also don't have anything on him.
Well, keep at it and hope that next time they slip up.
Yes, I'm hoping so.
Yep.
I
That's
want
about all we can do is just keep an eye on people and hope.
I want the people to know that they can still count on the guards. We may not be Academy students, but we're here to protect them. And I want to show them that we can.
Of course. Anything else, Mr.
But
William?
yes, that's pretty much it. Just, yeah, the Dryad stuff and the arson.
Have we not heard anything from... Well, we had the loose plans of getting our docks built up. Is that something that we have not heard anything back about yet either? I do know these things take some time.
Well, we did get some support for that from the Queen of Asperia. It's just been a matter of all the bandit stuff happened kind of right after, and then winter came. But we should be able to begin construction on that in the coming months as it warms up.
Excellent. We could use
That's
a little
good.
bit of good news.
Yes.
I'm interested in perhaps getting some wagon ways set up as well, but it's a bit more of a commitment, and I'd probably want to see if Linux would be willing to bankroll that, since it would be mostly beneficial for his company moving coal to the ships.
Yes.
It would make things a lot quicker, though.
Very well. One last thing. I believe we still have our werewolf in the crypt, correct?
As far as I'm aware.
We have been giving them medicine and food, showing them we're friends as long
That's
as
it,
you want
Maria.
us to be friends.
Yes.
Yes. And she's come to me most every day to make sure we deliver it, but we don't know. We go in, the food and the medicine is gone the next day. I can only hope he's been eating it and taking the medicine.
Mr. Thomas seems to have lost an item down in the crypts and wishes to, well, get some adventurers together to go possibly find it. I just wanted to make sure that we were all fine if that were to happen, as long as, of course, we instruct him to steer clear of the wolf if it is present.
Yes, I can go if you would like, accompany them as well, since I have I suppose, repertoire with the wolf itself. I did speak to it face to face.
It will depend on how many adventurers are around. I would rather not send them down there with some sort of healing capabilities. So unless Miss Chanel or Yvellen is around, well, we can wait till later. I am merely making sure that the council is fine with this sort of assignment being given out at some point.
I have no objections. It would at least allow us to gauge if he is still down there or not.
Of course. Very well, Mr. William, I will let you know if such an expedition will take place, but I do not know if we will have the personnel to do such a thing today. It is, of course, not an urgent matter, thankfully. It is merely a book of value to Mr. Thomas, which I can appreciate. But it is not somebody down there with the broken limbs needing of a rescue. And as such, if they need to wait, they can wait.
Yes, it's not super dire at least.
Very well.
Hopefully. I would assume Thomas wouldn't do something so foolhardily and go in there alone.
I do not believe so, otherwise he wouldn't have come to me. Very well, if there's nothing else, will there be a need to talk to the rest of the town today?
I don't think so. I think we're pretty good.
Very well. I suppose then this meeting is adjourned.
Yep.
Gentlemen.
Guildmaster?
Mr. Sigurd.
Yes, sir.
If Mr. Gilliam and Mr. Allen keep rabble-rousing, I will put an end to it. You can let them know that.
Yes, sir.
The guards have their duty, and they will fulfill it, and if they not fulfill it, then we will deal with it. It is not Mr. Gilliam or Mr. Allen's time to be vigilantes.
I agree, Guildmaster.
Very good. Yep, it still exists. It's still down there, or around in general. But so far the bargain between the town and the werewolf seems to be standing fairly decently.
Thank you. Could you hold that for a moment?
I gotta ask Conflict a question. Hey Conf, when you get a sec, I've got a question for you. Basically, I want to find out if it's reasonable to say that the.
Yep. So,
is it reasonable for the guildmaster to have a book on beasts that would tell us something about this rock thing?
yeah, he'd probably know what it is. I gotta look at see what its name is, and then I'll give you some more info. Where is it?
Is it in one of the current books that would be in the world, or is it just something else?
It's not in one of the books, yeah, because it's not. It was kind of introduced as a side thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I guess didn't let me know whatever it is I would find out about it, and I'll probably. Are you looking to have this resolved today, or is this something that we can stretch out?
It can go on if you want. It's just in the area. They wander down occasionally. We actually fought some on the second day. Ages ago as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
They are called buggards, Bugard.
Okay.
Again, yeah, they mostly eat rocks. They are known to eat smaller animals like rats and things if they wander in, because they're omnivorous. Kind of like how cows sometimes eat shit if it just is in their way.
Right. Is there any?
But they are mostly.
Go ahead.
They mostly just eat rocks for minerals. They're attracted to deposits, mineral rich stone. So especially around like mines and stuff.
Would there be anything about like how to kind of scare them back to, wherever their like natural habitat is?
They're the type of creatures that if you mess with them, they'll stand their ground. They're not super territorial, but in an encounter, they will try to stand their ground usually. So even if you try to scare them off, they will probably just end up attacking. But they usually do just wander off eventually.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
They could also, in theory, be lured away with like bits of metal, like ores or whatever. But that would require getting a hold of some ore and making a small trail and stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably say that I poured through some books and found what I could find, and it's either we wait it out or we be proactive, but it costs us some money. And then probably I'll probably bring that up at the next council meeting then.
All right.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
Yes. Yep.
Well, there you have it. Hydrate after that? I think I need to go to the bathroom, actually. So, I'm going to do that real quick. So, yeah, let's take a quick, couple of minute break for me to go pee and actually get a drink of water as well. So we'll be right back. You guys can start your pizza spam now. All right. Short break now. So, before we get going, it's a little story. Cool. I've been talking muted. Sweet. It's a little story that I'm telling. So I moved into my current house about 2 years ago. And in my backyard, I have a little patio backyard, but there's enough space for an orange tree. And it's one of those, usual, your traditional navel oranges, which I'm not that big of a fan of. I don't dislike it, but it's also not my favorite. So, in the 2 years that I've been here, I have not had a single orange off my tree. Also, partially because by the time I get to it, there's been worms that have eaten through it, or birds that have gotten into it, so I've just kind of just left it. In another corner of my little yard, there's been a little bush that you can tell was going to, it was basically probably planted, and it's going to grow into a tree, but it's going to take quite a while because, trees take a while to grow. So, the leaves of that one are basically the same as the leaves on the orange tree. So, I was like, oh, okay, so there's just another orange tree going. So finally, after 2 years, the smaller one has started to sprout fruit, actual oranges. And so I was bringing my trash cans back into my backyard, because that's where we store them, kind of like the side pathway out to the, whatever, you get the point. And I noticed that, that little bush, it had, a very sizable orange on it. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to try one of these, because why not? So I grab it, and the top of it, you know how, usually, when it's hanging from a tree, you pull it out, and then there's, it leaves with a little, white stem. So that didn't happen. The entire, little top part of it kind of came off, which was interesting to me, because usually the navel oranges, the skin is pretty tough, and it won't do that. So I was like, huh, that's weird. So, but, the fruit itself, the rest of the fruit looked great. And it was, suddenly super easy to peel it off. And I realized this tree is not an orange tree. This tree is a tangerine tree. Which I am infinitely hyped about because I love tangerines. I love like mandarins and tangerines, like the little like boxes. Like I'll buy like one of those like boxes of like the cuties, you know, and I'll eat the entire fucking box in like a couple of days. But these ones are like the big fucking juicy ones too, and I'm just like, yes, yes, grow, because there's only like 2 fruits on there right now. And I already grabbed one of them off. I'm gonna go grab the other one off so it doesn't get it, because it looks ripe. But I want to make sure that I get to it before like the worms or the birds do. So that was exciting to find out today. That was a fun little thing when I got home. All right. But yeah, like and now the thing is, now I'm gonna go back to the other tree because I don't know if I've been wrong, and the big tree is a tangerine tree too. I don't think it is because you can tell it's a navel orange by like what the bottom of it looks like, and I think it's the navel orange bottom. But if it's not, if all of those are tangerines, I have hit fucking jackpot, and I will be so sad that I've not tried it in the past 2+ years. Anyway, that's my story. Let's get back to doing RP. Oh, dude, I love tangerines, the little mandarins. Have you guys ever had a sumo? Is I don't know if it's called sumo orange or sumo tangerine, but they're these like, they're a little bit more like the peel of it is a little bit more beige colored, and it's like it looks a little like the top looks like it has a little bit more of a pear shape, so the top is like this like, you know, bulb thing, and then like there's the rest of the fruit that hangs underneath it. Oh god, those things are so good. They're like so amazingly juicy. They're basically just tangerines. They're so amazingly juicy, and but they're like fucking expensive as shit. They're like $2 a piece for one of them. I was hoping it's almost like that. It's almost has the same juiciness level.
Guildmaster.
Yes.
Guildmaster. Did you find anything out about the creature?
Not totally.
Authorize the tracking of the creature.
The tracking of a creature.
Barry's not there.
Yes.
Blake just went out, but Sig is at the gate.
Were you and the council not informed that there was a plan to put a tracking marker on the creature in case it was
I told
more than
them
one?
to not. I told them to not go specifically. Because I had told the council you had left just before I arrived. I've informed the rest of the council.
Who?
The whole thing was on hold.
Yuki and Barry have a soft-tipped arrow that they were going to shoot the monster with to keep a track of it in case there are more than one. If we see another one that does not have the mark, then we know it's a herd.
Apparently,
I just saw them outside the wall tracking the beast down. I thought, fuck.
This is not a matter from the council, nor is it a matter from the guild. And as such, if those two wish to be idiots and get mauled by a creature
What I'm
that
worried
can
about is
break...
the creature getting pissed off and starting like attacking the walls because we've seen it eating rocks. Our walls are made of rocks, the same ones that it eats.
Is looking for a little bit something more mineral-like, but as a professional opinion, Miss Kyoko, If those two get themselves killed doing it, that is of their own volition. But no, this was not by our standards. And if there are guards that are doing this, then, well, you may wish to inform Mr. Sigurd.
As far as I know, I think Yuki is not a guard anymore, and I don't know if Barry's standing as a guard is still intact, or if they're an official adventurer. Either way, I will inform Mr. Sig. Is he still in? Is the council meeting still underway?
It is over. Mr. Sigurd should be around somewhere.
Okay, thank you.
Last time I saw Mr. Sigurd, he was on that gate.
Alright, well.
Okay, thank you.
Did you wish to have a conversation?
Yes, I did, Mr. Guildmaster.
Is now an acceptable time for you?
Sure.
Miss Vivi?
Actually...
I just saw Lance and Samantha run off, and Lance is in his armor. Is he going out?
Yes, Mr. I will tell you about it later. Do not worry yourself about it for now. It is not guild business. If you wish to join Mr. Lance, it is of your own volition.
Then I won't intrude then. I don't want to intrude on something that I'm not really supposed to know, so...
It is not a matter of supposing to know. It is a matter of people acting on their own, Miss Vivi.
I understand.
Was it a yes or a no then?
Yes.
Right, come with me, please.
Mr. Guildmaster, I cannot see you. There you go, I had to blink really hard.
This happens. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Anything to drink?
Perhaps just some tea?
Now then, what is the topic of conversation you wish to have?
I believe a couple of weeks ago we were talking about medical in the guild and so on and so forth. I am not too sure if you remember the conversation very well.
Yes, I do recall some of it. Here you are. Careful, it is hot.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Guildmaster. That's lovely.
I'm not sure exactly what it is. I believe Miss Tulip brought it at some point. But yes, what is the matter at hand now then?
It's more of to kind of get more clarification, and I was told that I needed to speak to you about perhaps signing some things to make that official.
Refresh my memory. When we had our previous conversation, I thought you were just asking if we had adequate healers around. Are you now expressing a desire to join?
Yes.
I see. I was not aware of that part. Do you have any previous medical history?
I am currently studying under Mr. Samuel and Lady Maria.
Have you had any practical experience yet?
Not fully. I have been able to practice slightly on minor wounds, nothing too big.
See. Let me ask this question. Are you only doing this for Mr. Yuki's sake?
Not just for him.
Then what exactly is
also-
your reasoning? From what I see, you have a rather nice and well-ran business. One that is both profitable, safe, and provides a service that people look forward to. So why is it that you wish to put that to risk?
Well, having the business and such has been very successful. I ended up doing what I was meant to do, coming here, building the business. And mainly it was to help gather income from that to help with my family and my sick sister. And since I had figured that I had already started hiring enough workers to help me out when I'm not around, getting an extra bit of income would be good for her.
I see.
So while it might seem obvious that I would be doing this for Yuki and Barry, but on the contrary, I'm trying to help my family.
Very well. I will take your word for it. If your answer was, well, yes, it is only for Mr. Yuki's sake, by the way. Well, I would not have turned you down immediately, just so you know. But it is good to hear that your motives are, well, at some point we all need to be selfish, you know. Before I have you sign anything, I will talk with Mr. Samuel and see if he feels that you are ready for something a little bit more out on the field and not in the confines of a medical bay. Have you
That sounds good
ever,
then. I'll be sure to continue practicing.
have you ever, well, what is the best way to put this? Have you been around something that dies, miss? And I'm talking about a person necessarily either. Have you ever been on a hunt? Have you ever been on a farm where they slaughter a pig?
Farms, yes.
And you believe you can react to the sight of potential blood and gore without, well, being perturbed?
I believe in my ability to do so, yes, sir.
Very well. I will draw up documents, talk to Mr. Samuel, and if he thinks you are well enough trained, then perhaps we can see what it is that we can do. That having been said, you do not have any magical healing capabilities, correct?
That is currently, unsure of, sir. I believe I was going to also try and attempt to take classes with, what was her name? The nun. Since she is a light healer of some sort, and I do have an aspect towards light.
I very much hesitate to put you out on the front lines. Do you have any experience with weaponry? Would you be able to defend yourself?
I know how to use a knife when it comes to stabbing into certain parts. I'm not the best at it, but I do believe I need training on that aspect.
I believe it might be time to put out a trainee rank for the Adventurers Guild. Something where you are signed up and in cases where needed might be called upon. But right now, I think your skill set is somewhat lacking. And I do not say this as an insult. I say this as someone who does not wish to see someone who is inexperienced get themselves or, well, one of their party members hurt due to a lack of experience.
No, sir, I do not take any any hurt with that, actually. I do very much appreciate that you understand that I'm not at a very high level when it comes to that kind of stuff, so I do appreciate you not having too much over expectations of me.
I will talk to the rest of the guild and see if they are fine with this, and we will see where it is that we can go from there. For now, you will be an adventurer name. But as I said, I will be very careful on what quests you are allowed on. Being able to stitch together on the field, mend wounds, set bones, and such is fine and dandy, but, well, triage will only take you so far. Those who heal without magical capabilities are generally not considered to be frontline. They are more suited in hospitals and such. That having been said, if you train yourself in more of the magical arts or in the ways of some weaponry, you would feel much more comfortable with your involvement in certain quests. Very well. I will speak to Mr. Samuel, and I will let you know in the coming days of what, well, what it is that we think is best for you.
Of course. I very much graciously thank you for letting me talk and have this time.
Of course. Healers are always necessary in our profession. But I, well, do want to make sure that you are doing this for the right reasons. And not just on a whim.
I do greatly appreciate that as well. I know that you're looking out for not only our wants, but our needs, or what we need.
We all help each other, Miss Rosa. That is the way it should be.
I agree. I will be trying to see if I can do magic with the nun and see if I could get any kind of, I guess, sword training from one of the guards or someone a little bit more experienced. Do you happen to know anyone?
Swords, daggers, anything of the sort. I believe Mr. Lance is currently training Mr. Leon in similar things. You may want to ask him if you can join in a more defensive capability. You do not need to know how to, well, slay something, but I do want you to be able to defend yourself. Know how to dodge, know how to move, know how to parry, that sort of stuff. Very well.
Understood.
I will let you know when your documents are ready.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Guildmaster. I very much appreciate your help.
Of course.
And as a known, I don't think I put my life on the line just for some boy.
I have seen many who have done it for some boy or some girl. Oftentimes they do not come back. Do be careful of your own reasons.
I will. Thank you.
Of course.
Would you like for me to let myself out, sir?
Please do.
Okay. You have a lovely day.
You as well. What's going on here? You guys are talking about growing stuff still? Nice. For herbs and veggies, there was a time when I grew my own lettuce. I had these like little planters that you could keep on like your countertop and then just pluck it off from there. But there's it was set up with like an entire like filtration system for the water and like a lamp and everything, and then it just kind of broke down because it was not a very good piece of equipment. So I had to get rid of it. But it was good having some fresh lettuce.
Let's go get some drinks and work. Hey, Mr. Guildmaster. We were just about to talk to Prim about whatever you were speaking to her about. Would you like to join us, or are you good?
I'm quite alright for now. I'm gonna speak to Mr. Samuel.
Did you get any cheese? Here.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe.
Mr. Samuel.
Maybe you could fight
Maybe
some
what?
supervillains.
A moment, if you please.
There's a vision to your helmet. It's the first time I've seen that.
I've had it for a long time.
I haven't seen you with that in a long time.
I don't believe we're having a
No.
today.
You okay now?
Miss Rosa tells me that she has been training for medicine and triage type of stuff in here for a little while now. Is this accurate?
Well, given I've not been around, I can only go off what she's told me. I believe she has been taught by Maria some useful skills, yeah. But she has asked me to also train her in some basic surgery as well.
Very
So
well.
I would say she's still undergoing training. But I will probably need to observe where she is currently, medically speaking. And do some, Oh, this is about the medical thing, isn't it? That she wanted to be the medical for...
She wishes to be an adventurer, but... Well, I am sure you know there is a large difference between practicing medicine in confines and comforts and a place like this, rather out on a field where it is grimy and dirty and your shelves of things and instruments are not readily available.
No, I would say if she even wants to become a medic, she's got a long way to go just yet. A very long way to go. At least as far as I can currently tell. There are some... Well, I want to train her more personally. And then maybe I can give you an accurate representation of where she actually is. but I have yet to honestly test a knowledge or anything like that.
I'll let her know that for now I can put her under a trainee type of situation, and when you are comfortable with her going on a mission of low risk, such as a simple hunt, then maybe we can talk about it. Something about, I don't know, maybe where they fight a boar or an elk or something, and might get a
Yes.
few scrapes and bruises just to get some, well, field experience under their belt. But until you feel comfortable with them knowing enough about medical triage, I will not do so.
Yes, I wouldn't recommend doing anything combative just yet. Probably best she actually trained with some kind of weapon as well.
I have also informed her as
something.
such. She may see if Mr. Lance, who's, I believe, currently giving lessons to Mr. Strauss, if she can join in to at least learn some defensive measures.
Funnily enough, I was going to actually request the same, actually, and probably join in as well. I had a rapier made
I see.
by Belinda, so I figured I might as well make use of it, train with it, because, you know.
Well, then, you may wish to speak to Mr. Lance as well, and you three can, I don't know, make it a whole class or something. Very well.
I'll go talk to him now.
Of course. In the meantime, when you get the chance to evaluate Miss Rosa and her current level of skill and see fit to instruct her further as you have time to. And, well, whenever it is you feel like she's ready for a low-level mission, then do let me know.
I will do.
Very well.
In the meantime, I will get to it.
Of course, Mr.
I'll
Samuel.
go let her know. Thank you, Guildmaster.
I just noticed on the inside, the doorknob is there, but on the outside, the doorknob is there.
Terribly sorry to interrupt.
Have you been teaching Prim?
I have seen so much now.
You have.
And what exactly have you seen, Miss Tulip?
I will talk to you in a bit about it, actually.
Well, it is tradition among Samantha's family to have a contest where they stand out in the cold with as few amount of clothes as possible and see who can last the longest. Unfortunately,
A lot of people were naked.
The majority of them were naked.
I see.
And not
lots
being
of
rude.
shriveling going on, I assume.
I thought you said that.
not from all of us.
Not from all of us. I'm used to it. The cold is.
So I am.
Fair enough.
What the problem could do.
It could though.
I don't think we'll have to worry about Gillian and Alan with vigilantism.
I do have a question for you, Mr. Sigurd, if I may talk to you for a moment.
110.
I'm getting too comfortable.
Okay.
Mr. Sigurd, is Barry still a part of the guard?
Barry has been returning to the barracks and seems to have been, picking up their paycheck, so to my knowledge, yes.
And do you know what Barry and Yuki did?
From what I've been told, they went beyond the walls towards that beast.
Yes, apparently they were going to try
And-
to mark it with some paint or something.
Yes, directly after I had informed Samantha to tell all the guards no. According to what has been told with me, we came up on the end of it because Javier decided to tell me how to do my job, even though I had it covered.
As Javier does, yes.
Me and Samuel approached the gate. I told Marcus to go get Barry, bring them back, to do anything with that beast. Apparently, Marcus was told to fuck off by someone. Marcus claimed it was Barry. Barry told me they didn't.
While Mr. Yuki is a free man and free to do as they please, is Barry technically under... are they working today, is my question, Mr. Sigurd?
They've reported to the barracks, so yes, they are.
You see what I'm getting at, Mr. Sigurd?
Yes, sir. I'm going to have a conversation with Marcus and see if Barry actually did tell him to fuck off. And if Barry did, I'm going to want to know why Barry lied straight to my face.
And also why Barry saw fit to waltz outside the walls after direct orders not to do something that could have gotten themselves and Mr. Yuki killed, and not to mention potentially agitate an animal that has shown to be agitatable.
Yes, I'm going to go find that out as soon as I leave here.
Of course, Mr. Sigurd, I am not telling you to do your job. I'm really willing to be, well, upon Barry's request to join the Adventurers Guild, something for which they have not officially signed up for. Well, I believe I would be hard-pressed to tell them yes at this point.
That is in your professional, well, it's your guild. You can run it how you wish, except those who you would like. And I would understand. Who would it be for me to tell you how to run your guild?
Yes. Regardless,
however, I believe...
Go ahead.
I believe Yuki is also not blameless in this. He seems to be talking into Barry's ear, but that's Barry's weak-willedness, I suppose. But
unfortunately,
that will be an issue.
Unfortunately, with Mr. Yuki not being under your command anymore, there is nothing that myself or you can really do about it. They did not, in the sense of any means, do anything illegal. If they got themselves killed, well, they got themselves killed, and there's not a whole lot we could do about it. Yes, Mr. Samantha?
Sorry to disturb, but slight bit of a continuation of one of our situations. The merchant who had the cart has returned, and it seems that there's some suspicious activity. They claim that they were improperly registered into the city when they arrived. On top of that, they did not know precisely what was in their cart, nor did they apparently know the price of the wares, as it was a second-hand situation.
That is indeed suspicious.
Some of the folk have been feeling that it is as you said, suspicious. And some of them believe that we should just send them on their way.
I would like to inspect this card. What about you?
I believe this is your field, Mr. Sigurd. If you wish to have
Absolutely,
my
but,
advice on the subject, yes, I would very much search the cart, but it is, in your opinion, something where they should just be moved along, then that is also an acceptable response. However, I would say that it is very well within our right that any cart that comes in and out of the city be searched thoroughly for any sort of contraband.
I would agree.
And I would also say that if some merchant claims to not know the price of their wares, well, I don't believe that's a merchant at all.
Samantha, would you do me the honors of detaining this merchant and their cart? Have the other guards, well,
Right. Yes, sir.
Mr. Samantha, Mr. Sigurd, do be respectful about it. While it isn't within our right, if we start tossing us up every wagon, very soon we will find ourselves lacking merchants coming through town.
absolutely. I would not dream of doing such a thing. I just want to know why he doesn't know what's in his own cart or how much it would cost. I'm
Yes.
sorry, but duty calls.
Hey, what's up, Popo? Yes, Miss Kyoko.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to let you know that the merchant has given a disc, like has already sold a few of his products. They're heat stones, and they gave it to Alan. I'm not sure if he should keep them because this whole thing raises red flags, and it's super sketchy to me.
Mr. Sigurd is on the way to expect me.
Okay.
Where's
I
as it
just
is?
wanted to make sure somebody was notified of it. Okay, so good. As long as somebody. Okay.
Miss Kyoko.
Sorry to bug you.
If
Yes?
well, let us put it this way. Anything inside the walls is a job for the guards. Anything outside of the walls is a job for us. Thusly, if there's a merchant in town who is acting suspicious, or anybody in town who is acting suspicious,
I told them.
your first call should
Yes,
always
they were
be
the first.
Mr. Sigurd.
I just thought that Sigurd was in here still.
Yes, he expressed the desire to search the cart and see the wares himself. If it is just mere heat stones, well, it is mere heat stones. I do not care much,
As long as
but
they're not exploding.
that is something I agree with, Miss Kyoko.
Yeah, that would be. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'm sorry to bug you.
Do I have any water left in here? Ah, I do have a little water left. Nice. Ah, welcome back to Cari Town, where I do administrative work the entire fucking day.
Yes! Wow, I got some good rocks! Yeah, they're really nice! They kind of look like sweet potatoes wrapping... yeah, but the thing is, like, they kind of look like sweet potatoes wrapped in aluminum foil.
That looks sick. I'm so happy for you.
Aluminum foil, you're right.
It looks like some kind of like burrito.
I didn't really chance to lick it, but I'll probably burn my tongue.
Lick it. Lick it. Lick it. Do it. Do
Of course
it.
you would.
I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Oh my god, that was a joke. Jeez.
You don't know where there's a bean, Mr. Allen. I highly suggest not licking them.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
Too late.
Bram, how'd it go?
Elvin.
I'm gonna go train.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Fun. I love my tongue.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
This will most certainly be
Alright, bye.
interesting, I'm sure.
Back to the fire rocks. What are you gonna do with them?
Yes.
I was considering commissioning someone to build a big like bucket here and like over there, fill it with water, and throw this in and make like a jacuzzi. That's thing I read people had I read about.
How many more of those rocks are you gonna need?
I don't know, but the thing, I got this pretty much for free, so.
Oh, it's getting dark. Good thing you got the candelabra.
Oh. I think I have my rocks out.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
I hope you polish something well.
All right. Well, make sure they go put them somewhere safe so no one else takes them. If you walk around town with them big gems out, some of my tars steal them.
I mean, everybody knows that you should like walk around with your rocks on your hand.
I mean, I don't. But if you can, go ahead. Pop off, queen.
No, I mean, the thing is like the thing that is wrapped around them is actually ice, so it's actually kind of getting my hands numb at the moment.
What are you holding them?
Okay. Do you want me to?
Because
I've got a glove on.
Does it look like I could put him on my bucket?
Stop
I
it.
too have a glove.
All right. Did you want us to carry them for you?
No, it's all right. It's just actually like
Perhaps you should find Mr. Strauss and ask him for you to make you a couple of leather pouches for those things.
Or maybe if I get some gloves after. I mean, I always thought about getting gloves. Right? They probably look cool. They look cool on you.
I think they look even cooler on you. They match your the button of your coat.
I don't have coats though. Coats and gloves.
Kurt.
Like an interaction in this interesting town?
I have a
Well,
coat, but not
thank
gloves.
you, Gaia.
They look good. Go put them away.
Things are kind of. Everything is always a little weird, and sometimes incredibly hectic. Right now, things are
put
pretty
this on the
calm.
company next to the dynamite. I mean, that's the safest place I know.
Yes,
I mean,
Owen, that's exactly what you should do.
Put in your dictionary. My dictionary. What is it?
It's flammable.
It's a joke. I'm not gonna put my kid rocks next to my dynamite. I'm actually gonna put this under my bed so my bed is warm. Barry, now.
Oh no, did Barry die?
I do not vibe with this universe anymore.
Here, get warm.
I think Barry is dying.
The rats on my rock.
Can you report my death to
You're
Sigurd, please?
eating my rock.
Barry, pick up your damn rock!
Barry, you're eating he's licking my rock.
Oh my god, alright, there we go.
Please give me that.
Squeaky, don't eat the rock. Just eat my corpse. I wish to die.
I'm gonna put this away.
Don't be a corpse, Barry.
I wanna be
Who's
a
going
corpse.
to watch the walls when Sig's not here?
Ow! Alright, ow! Okay, I'm sorry! Alright, fuck! I'm not dead. I'm just dead on the inside.
You want some hot cocoa to make you more alive on the inside?
Absolutely. We were actually waiting in there for someone to grab us a drink, but no one was in there.
Come on, let's go.
Dude, hot cocoa, let's go! Let's go!
Cocoa time.
Killmaster, there's hot cocoa in there, and I don't mean to inform you, but would you like some?
No.
Maybe next time. Squeaky, let's go, hot cocoa, let's go, Squeaky,
Do apologize for following the not appearing for such town interactions. Oh, no worries. You are free to come and go as you please, Gaia. I'm glad to see you over here again, and hope you and I'm glad you have been enjoying it. That's all that matters. Coming into something like this, which has been going for a while as well, and not really knowing like the characters and the people and everything, can be a little, it can be a little daunting. So the fact that you're enjoying it, even though you have like almost no context for any of this. But if you have any questions, let me know.
think I'm gonna call it a day. It's getting. Well, it's not getting late, but I've been getting more tired recently, so. Since
Understandable.
there's nothing going on. Okay.
Of course, Miss Kyoko.
Have a nice evening, and I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
Yes.
Right.
Have a good night.
Signing off. All right. You too. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, if you have any questions about anyone, any characters, the setting in general, the world, if you just want, like, a quick overview, do let me know. But just learn by time, characters, and questions showing up, and overview would be nice. Okay, so overview. So as you can tell, this is a role-playing group in VRChat. This is a whitelist server, so you basically have to be more or less recommended and approved by the people who run it to join in. So this the town itself is Cari Town. It is part of the Ascension Academy universe. And basically, this is a spin-off of Ascension Academy. So, this was originally a place where missions came from Ascension Academy. Ascension Academy is basically, you can call it anime Hogwarts. But basically what happened is this location was once helped and freed by that role-playing group, and now it's being set up as kind of both a training ground for newer RPers and for people who do NPC work to come in and play characters on regular. So, Cari Town itself it's ran by a council. It is a fairly progressive place in a lot of ways this is kind of a medieval setting in some ways. Okay, but think about it this way. It's if the world didn't rely on technology to push forward its level of technology, but rather relied on magic. So that's why some things are still very medieval and backwards, while other things seem pretty, modern. Because, magic allows for you to do many things.
Have you seen Barry?
I believe they are inside the tavern.
Thank you.
Something about hot cocoa.
That sounds good about now.
So the town itself, unlike many other places, which are ran by kings, queens, kingdoms, higher or monarchies and such, things of that sort, this town is ran by a council. The council consists of the mayor, Sigurd, who is the lead guard, Samuel, who is the lead, the head surgeon / medical person, and myself, who I play the role of the Adventurers Guild master, and they, that's basically like the town council who makes the decisions around town. So it's, kind of more like a republic in that sense. In terms of what goes on outside, so this is considered to be a very chaotic place. There's a lot of shit outside of the walls that can kill you. And it gets really dangerous, and sometimes big attacks happen on town, and everyone's just kind of trying to survive. So, there you go. And essentially the way that it works is there's a few GM/DMs who have an overarching story that they work on that gets brought in here. Situations will get presented, and then the people in the town have to decide how they want to react to it. Whether or not you're involved in the particular decision is up to you. Whether or not you would be, if it is dealing with something attacking the town, it's probably a guard/adventure thing. If it's dealing with something more politics, maybe it's, the council. If it's dealing with something to do with, I don't know, The merchant stuff, you're going to have the merchant stuff dealing with it. So there you go. Something I would not mind in the future, to join with your ideal of using a paladin character. That's fair. You know, it's possible that you can end up here.
How was any of that even slightly necessary?
Wait, what was necessary? You know what? I really should change that from necessary to unnecessary. As for how to join role-playing groups in general, what I would say is if you're interested in doing this kind of stuff, you know, you definitely want to be... Most places like this will require you to be in VR, but if you just want to get a taste of role-playing inside of VRChat, there is a... I believe it's 4 times a week now, maybe only 3. 3 to 4 times a week, there is a lobby that gets hosted called Purple Lotus, and you can go in there as literally anything. Miss you too, Popo, but we're back. And I mean literally anything. Now, you know, there's a few rules. Don't have anything that's too, you know, you can't have anything that's too lewd, or try not to be too much of an asshole, because it's actually hard to roleplay assholes. But like, you know, I've seen people roleplay as a piece of toast. I've seen people roleplay as Claptrap from Borderlands. They're, you know, demons, normal humans, whatever the fuck you want to be. You can join into the Purple Lotus, and that's kind of a good place to start building, you know, personal relationships with other people who are doing role-playing stuff as well. Because generally what will happen is, you know, people gotta know that you're a sane person, and that you're not just there to rabble-rouse, or you understand kind of the etiquette of VRChat role-playing stuff, at the very least. So, you know, once you've done that for a little while, you know, people know who you are a little bit more. There's a higher and higher likelihood that you can sign up for stuff. There's a lot of groups that all like require just NPC roles. So that's how I did a lot of stuff before I got involved in this and Ascension. So yeah, there's a lot of avenues to do stuff with, but you know, it's a slow process. It's going to be, well, it's basically impossible to just jump into something like this without being a little bit known to begin with. You know, experience with VR, but I do have with role-playing. I mean, that's kind of where I started with, right? I did a lot of tabletop RPG stuff.
Guildmaster?
Mr. Strauss, I see you've changed into something a little bit more breathable.
As much as I like how fancy it made me look, I just like looser fitting clothes better.
Yes. That having been said, they did
wear it again.
They did give off the aura of being a merchant at the very least.
Definitely. Speaking of, so I guess that wagon was owned by some merchant selling heat stones. Although, speaking of which, there is.
A reasonable proposition to be doing at a time like this, yes.
Yeah. Mostly. Yeah. Anyway, anyone knows where I could possibly sign in?
Were you not
Because I
able
tried to do that
so?
last night, and apparently, no.
It is odd that they let you through
the
the
hotel's
gate.
right there.
Yes, you can stay at the hotel if you wish.
Yeah, I woke up from the hotel.
Very well.
Okay.
If you see Mr. Sigurd, I believe he may have poked around in your cart for a minute or two. He would be the most reliable, but really any guard should be able to assist you. If you are not able to do so today, well, make sure to do so tomorrow.
Okay. Because I gotta prepare for a fucking month of fucking travel. So I'm most likely gonna be here tomorrow as well, and the next day.
Understandable. I
And
do hope you
possibly the next
enjoy your
day.
stay. I do hope you understand our, well, why we had to search your cart. We have had some troubles with bandits in the past, and we are being diligent.
Yeah. Yeah, they told me that.
Is he wearing the same pants and boots that I am? Just recolored?
Just
Very
to make
well.
sure you guys did take care of the bandit thing, right?
Believe there may be still a camp of them way outside of town. I'm not sure. I would keep away from the rocky areas in that direction. They haven't been active in banditry in quite a while, but
Okay. So basically go back the way I came.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the most reasonable thing to do.
Okay.
I do hope the rest of your town stay is enjoyable and your profits a hefty sum. And it started to rain again.
Yeah. This is pretty normal. Don't worry about it.
Yes. Well, perhaps your heat stones will come more in handy than you think. Most people here like to stand outside in the rain for no reason. During the summertime, it is refreshing. Times like this, however.
I hate sleet.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I came at the perfect time. Got it.
Fortuitous timing for you. And who knows, if you take a few of your items into the tavern, you may be able to make a few more sales. Mr. Allen seems to be relishing in your heat stones.
Okay.
You might need to give a disclaimer to people buying it and tell them not to lick it.
Are people licking stuff?
Someone was tempted on licking it.
You know, people, they'll do
Unfortunately.
really strange things.
A good dog.
But yeah, anyway, that's it. That's my spiel about this place and role playing in VR in general.
Oh, she's the one who owns the cat cafe.
I'll try and contact whoever's in charge of the land, I guess, and see if I can get a house with the money I've been saving up.
Oh, Mr. Gilchrist.
Good day. Yep, I would definitely say, VRRP is fun, but you kind of got to get used to it.
Blade's natural heft is your tool. You flow with it and swing around. Just the motion. There you go. I'd like wind. Practice the motion. There you go. Now I want you to try it while just looking at me.
Yep, no worries. Yeah, I it's one of those things where you see people doing this and you kind of want to start doing it yourself, right? Like, oh man, this seems fun, and that's how I got started in it too. I saw videos of people doing this, and I was like, oh shit,
Right? There you go. Good progress.
this is a thing.
Now,
I want to do that, and now here I am, a couple of years later.
lead leg in the front.
But I started at the Purple Lotus myself. I went there for a good 6-ish months. And then there was an advertisement at the Purple Lotus for a new group that was forming. That was, specifically catered to newer people to the scene.
There you go. Keep up that motion.
And so that was my first. That was Pathfinders. That was my first
We're just practicing the wall. Right? Just take
organized roleplay group.
All right. Back and forth.
And from there, I signed up to be an NPC for a couple of different places, including Ascension, and I did that for about a half year. And then got some, bigger roles in doing NPCing stuff. I got invited to do Cari Town, and I got invited to do Ascension.
Ready? Okay, you got this. I believe in you.
None of those were ever my goals. It just kind of happened.
Step, and then swing. Then step, and then swing. Step, and then swing. There you go. Step, and then swing. You're already having a little bit of artistry there. I like it. And then step, and then swing. There you go. Okay.
Still to land here without going to whitelisting with going to whitelisting is respect such a thing. Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to get here without being whitelisted. That having been said, go and get used, at the very least, get used to VR. Like, okay, so Purple Lotus doesn't require you to be in VR. You can go on desktop mode, but most organized groups will at least require you to have VR. You don't need full body if you don't want it. A lot of people don't. But most places will require you to have VR, just because otherwise it gets really hard to interact with you. So yeah, get used to VR doing that, make yourself known a little bit, meet up with some people, and we can see about getting you into a place like this. Guildmaster's back. Timmy's cool, but Guildmaster's your favorite. You may be the only one who thinks so, Popo, but I appreciate it.
Work on your box step. Perform it without having to look. Get used to the motion.
Perhaps on the other side, Mr. Strauss.
You're using one-handed weapons.
Yeah. Over here is fine.
And it is a battle.
Miss Tulip,
When you're in combat, don't think that you're
you may want to get out of the sleet.
You're having a dance.
I'm relatively used to it at this point.
Let the calmness that you can build.
I mean, don't get yourself sick. We just got back from Skana.
Your dance. Turn any battlefield into your dance floor.
I mean, remember when we were at the...
feels cold after that.
I think that's...
Well, I hope so. I mean, you passed out right away.
I didn't pass out right away. I passed out after I went in the water.
Not a problem at all.
Fair enough.
Being wet and cold is very different than just being cold.
No worries.
Yeah, this was over in Skana. We had a competition where everyone was had as little clothes on their body, and yeah. I didn't last that long, but well, you have to try. See how far I can go.
Thank you again. No worries at all, Ms. Rhoda.
I hear of places that have competitions where people jump into frozen lakes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, surprisingly, the one who won the competition was Vivi.
You guys are all good?
Who knew a small little elf like her was able to outlast even Samantha's relatives.
Elvish Constitution.
Apparently.
Wait, isn't that supposed to be lower than average?
It's already peeled.
I thought they were lower than at least the dwarves.
Yes.
No worries.
That just goes to show you. Stereotypes are, well, not always accurate.
Yeah, that's true. Kinda sucks that she had to be injured during the trip, too.
Thank you so much.
Horse nearly knocked her head off.
I do hope there's no permanent brain damage from it.
He might get a little bit of rainwater in it.
I hope so, but seems like everything was handled appropriately. Stallards were well equipped with the medical stuff over there, and we had the Chanel assist as well.
To try and fit that in
I'm
somewhere.
sure that was helpful.
Helpful it was.
Very much so. Now I just gotta practice a whole bunch.
Sorry about that, honey. What's up?
I would suggest at least getting under the cover so you're not standing in the rain anymore.
Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you again, Tulip. Oh, this tea smells lovely. No problem.
Mr. Lance, I hope you are not overwhelmed by your new profession.
Not at all. My dad kind of pushed the whole adventure thing on me, so I learned a lot. I just never really had a chance to put it to use, so hey, I mean, I'm not a master swordsman, but I know the basics.
And the basics is what we really need to know at this point. If nothing else, it will be useful for everyone to know how to defend themselves in case something happens in town again.
Yeah, I've been training the basics that Lance taught me with knife fighting this past month. Can see some improvement.
Glad to hear, man. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Of course. Which reminds me, I'm not gonna forget, honey. We'll get some practice in.
Yeah, well, I'll punch you. So it won't mean anything because it won't do anything, but...
That just means you're not punching in the right places.
Okay, alright, let's... I'm a little worried about teaching Tulip where to punch me. That concerns me.
That might be a good worry to have. You're very ferocious, Tulip. Don't ever forget that. Only something.
Well, I mean, do you want to join me and Priam on our workouts?
That's what I suggested initially.
Well, yeah, but I told you we do it about like 2 hours before everybody gets up.
I normally wake up before you do. Give me your jacket. I need to dry it off before it gets gross.
Okay. I got you. Here you go.
It's a nice fabric.
Thank you, honey. I know it is.
I see things are going well.
Shockingly. Going on the trip and everything was fantastic. She needs some time away from just working all the time. But yeah, things are going well, weirdly enough.
That is good to hear.
I wish the rest of the town could say the same. Still about as nuts as humanly possible.
Yes. Well, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. This place isn't for those who wish to live a normal life, I think.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Not.
But I suppose there's a certain level of excitement in that.
I guess so.
Well, it seems like to be a good town to be a hub for adventurers, at least. No shortage of quests to come out every day.
No short of oddities outside the walls for sure.
I'm just glad to see people in the town are, I guess, willing to stand up for it. I don't know. See a bit of pride in it.
I'll be inside if you need me. I'm gonna make sure that it actually dries out well.
Thank you very much, sweetheart.
Give it a few generations if it continues going like this, and this town very well might produce some of the heartiest fighters and adventurers in the world.
Hey, maybe.
It's always interesting to see how people react to their environment. There are those who continue to fear and hide and scurry under blankets. But at some point, the mind decides that it has had enough. There is no more running, there is no more hiding, there is only fighting.
That's exactly how I feel.
I mean, I guess part of our job is supposed to be make sure that people don't have to fight, but after that incident, I guess we'll just call it the bandits. I could see why a lot of people would probably not want to be caught out like that again. Not that I don't have respect for the school, genuinely, they saved us, but I don't know. It feels a bit demoralizing that we had to call on them. You know, if we had the people, if we had the gear, if we had the confidence, I think we genuinely could have fought against those guys. Mind you, a lot of people would have gotten hurt, which is true, but
do not underestimate the Academy. That place is notorious for some of the most powerful people in the world. If you are there because you are special. Because you are better than everybody else at what you do. And there's no shame in us admitting that we may need help from those time to time. Of course, I wish to be prepared to be able to do things ourselves and not rely on others. But there is also no shame in admitting when you require the assistance of those who might be above your level on things that are out of your league.
You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
Do not forget that if you are foolhardy and you rush into things you cannot handle, things usually do not go as the stories tell them. Heroes in the real world hardly exist. They usually die before they can get started.
How does the saying go? There's a thin line between being a hero and being a memory.
They often burn out the fastest as well. You hear of great fighters for a few years, and then suddenly you don't hear from them anymore. It is the way I have survived all these years. I have seen my fair share of combat and missions that go awry. But I believe I was able to understand when I was outmatched, know when to retreat, and know when to seek the help I need. Well, I guess there's a certain intuitiveness to it all. And maybe a certain level of humility.
Definitely tact. Definitely a lot of tact.
But at the same time, Mr. Lance, you cannot forgo your own confidence. You do not believe you can solve something, you will never be able to. And that is a line that everyone must figure out for themselves.
I'm not wrong.
Well, Oliver's your brother? What, this talk?
I'm gonna check on Tulip in there and see if my stuff's all dried up.
Of course.
You guys make sure to take care.
Of course.
Mr. Strauss.
Yes, sir.
Business idea for you. Start making some leather pouches for heat stones. With that vendor in town,
Have it start on.
I'm sure some would love to have, well, a way to hold them a little bit more directly. Or indirectly, I should say. Keep themselves on their person without having to occupy their hands the entire time.
That's true. I have some pouches already in stock. I can just expand my inventory and add some more. It's pretty easy to make, so I'll work on it tonight.
At the very least, market them to be able to hold the heat stones. I think you will have some success.
Understood. Will do.
Well,
thanks for the tip.
I think it might be time to head to sleep. It's getting quite late.
Good night, Mr. Guildmaster. Good night, you both.
Good night.
Have a nice one.
Very well then, Guildmaster. I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good day, Mr. Strauss.
Have a good night.
Well, how was it?
Oh, not pretty good. I had quite a bit of fun actually.
Yes.
I do believe. I have reason to believe that Prim might be a bit of a fast learner. I'm curious to see. Me and Maria will be testing her in a few days' time.
She's young and motivated. Sometimes that is all that it requires.
Indeed.
That having
Well,
been
I'm gonna
said,
get some rest,
until we are absolutely certain, I will not call upon her services.
I would agree. That is the best. For the best, anyway.
Very
Have a good
well,
night, Guildmaster.
Mr. Samuel, you as well.
Like if he was like just like pointing the other direction, go like yeah. So you're fine.
I got a gun. It means that apparently if somebody's going to slander me next month.
All right. Anything to do with this? You're right, brother. I like the characters, like Guildmaster. I made it this far for a reason. Yeah. I mean, the Guildmaster is very pragmatic and practical. Also, whoosh, RP over. He's very matter of fact. He knows his strengths. Basically, earlier we had a conversation with Samuel being like, "Do you know who you are?" And the Guildmaster is absolutely sure of who he is. So, and that matters a lot. All right. Let's get first of all, let's turn this down because it's getting loud and annoying. Okay, and we are.
I'm guessing everyone's wrapping up.
Yeah, I think so. There's some people in still who I don't think know that the sun went down completely.
Yeah.
So it'll be you know.
Sun went down. Time to drink my piss.
But yes, it's very much wind down time. There's just people hanging out at the tavern.
Yeah, I got nothing as roll. So.
Man, I didn't imagine Sigurd actually going off on Gilliam this time. That kind of caught me off guard.
We're being extremely stupid, so.
Well, that's like every episode, dude.
Fair, but this time they were like, "Let's burn the cart." Like, I'm sorry, what?
Pun?
Jesus.
Let's burn the heatstone cart. Yeah, sure, all right.
I'm still. Leon is still suspicious as to why it's so cheap. The heat stones are being sold for damn cheap.
I mean, supposedly they're secondhand, so they probably will not last very long. It's probably the gist of it.
Okay.
They explode.
That could be the other thing. Yes, we could have the entire town bombed.
The clinic bought 3 of them, and then just go like kaboom, and the clinic just goes.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, you just wake up, tick, 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 tick. Like, uh-oh.
What the fuck is going on there? Kaboom.
Like, I got nothing else to do. I'm pretty much just waiting here for.
Imagine it's been a
Hey,
while.
Happy New Year,
by the way.
Yeah, good to see you,
I never
brother.
got a chance to. I never got to wish it.
Yeah, got to see you again. It's been, dude. It felt like it's been a fucking year since I've done this.
Yeah, same. I just got like
weird,
it's like,
crazy year.
It has been a very crazy year.
Possible year.
Dude, I'm still.
I'm
all right.
glad I'm still working from home.
Is it just?
Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to do this.
It feels like, to me, it feels like at some point a few years ago, timeline split and we're on like the chaos side. Like somewhere there's a world that's like the order side and we're on the chaos side. Like we're currently living out the wrong timeline.
Yeah. I just find it funny. Within a span of a year, I go from being part of like one RP group, not talking to like barely anyone. Now I'm a part of 2 RP groups that I talk to both on a daily.
Dude, and it goes like that too. Like, I mean, I went to the Purple Lotus for about a half year, and that's the only thing I did. And then suddenly I was a part of Pathfinders. I was like NPCing for Dreamscape. I started being Lunacore. I was NPCing for AOD. Like, yeah, it just suddenly went from like, I'm doing this one thing to I'm doing everything every night.
Have you seen my gang RP guy?
Probably, but yeah. I've not seen that one, no. But there you go.
Nope. Yeah. This is my Russian scav Yorick. This is why this voice ruins all my other fucking voices.
Fair. Wait, hold on. Did I have?
I love Zankyo's character though.
Yeah, that's weird.
And his Bulbasaur.
Fucking old Delhi Bulbasaur.
Oh, Delhi.
Can't wait to join. Well, we could make it happen.
I'm really
Popo.
happy how this fucking jacket turned out.
Yeah, looks good.
It's from Metro Exodus.
Oh,
one
okay,
of the fucking sniper goons.
All right, dude. I'm pretty fucking sure that the guy whoever is the new merchant in town. I'm pretty sure he has the exact same pants and boots as I do, except colored differently. Like, just I don't know if he's gonna respawn here, but look at I need to compare it because I'm pretty sure it's the same model. From the waist down, which is all that matters, right? Hey.
I know you're trying to wink at me here. I know you're trying.
I can actually get the model because we have a. Let me see where it is. Where the fuck's the button?
Oh, that merchant model?
Am I? Yep, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Are these the same boots? Okay. No, they're not. They just look somewhat similar.
Yeah, I don't even know what game this is from. I need to find it though at some point.
Because look, the. They
It does
definitely
look really
seem
nice.
pretty similar, though. They could very well be a
yeah.
like another Dishonored character, because the it's the same general material, and I think this part, the pant front looks very. I don't know. It was just I was looking at it wait, this is gonna be really funny.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what the oddest thing I've noticed today? Why no one questioned why Roll had a spear? He just walks into town holding a spear.
So,
no one questions it until I said something.
So I didn't question it here's what happened. When you walked into the tavern with it after telling me that you found it, when I was like, that's not his spear. I should probably tell him to give me the spear. But instead, I was just like,
reasonable request.
Just try to not use the pointy end of it.
Yeah, I was going to join in for that goblin attack, but I had to show everyone where the wagon was, and then I was like, I'm going to stab a goblin to come near me.
Do it. That's what spears are for.
Yep.
Oh, man.
But you gotta think, this boy lives and breathes farming. He knows nothing about fighting.
Well, sure, but you can still hold a long, pointy stick and just be like.
This isn't a shot. This isn't a shotgun. It doesn't come in my my class's skill set.
Ooh, snow outside? Hell no. I'm done with that. No snow for me. I don't ever want to live somewhere with snow.
Fuck the druid, man. Fuck being
man. God. Spent the entire day doing administrative stuff.
God, I don't even want to think what Roll would do with wild magic.
Yeah, no.
Same thing Billy did.
Yeah,
Do
no.
nothing.
No, you do nothing until
don't do anything.
You do nothing until you do something, and then that something goes so horribly wrong that we all nearly die.
Yeah.
That's how wild magic
The
goes.
last time. Let's see. Where's my?
Congratulations, you rolled a 20. Everyone around you turns into broccoli. Everyone is dead now.
This is what happens when wild magic is involved.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they turned him into toilet paper.
Oh! So, by the way, for...
You must get really shit on.
For Roll's purposes, I think what I'm gonna do is you're gonna get in the mail, I'm gonna get you, a basket full of, seeds of various vegetables. Because I don't know if you remember when you talked to Jamie, but Jamie would have ended up writing his family and asking for some seeds that he would be sending over to the town.
Oh, that's actually really nice. I completely forgot about that.
Because I think you asked him about broccoli in specific, about where he was growing it or something like that.
Yeah, I don't. I trust me, I don't remember half the conversations I have with Roll. Turn off my mind when playing him.
Understandable.
Half. I don't remember.
But yeah,
any of my conversations.
I probably broccoli, probably some I don't know, peppers, squashes, just generic shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Corn.
That's completely
No corn. Never corn.
Corn. Corn.
Cornbread.
I'm gonna send Jamie a T-shirt in the mail. It's gonna be from that the band Korn.
The meme that suddenly wasn't so
God.
funny anymore, and then it was funny
Corn
again.
for the cornflakes. Milk for the milk god.
Jamie walking to the supermarket. Corn, popcorn, corn flakes. Ah.
That's why, like, next time Jamie comes in, we just have like a giant corn festival.
Dude, fucking Karita. All right, so we went to his like winery in AA, right? He literally put in a cornfield specifically because of Jamie. Like that's why he included it on the map. And then he had Rex tell Esme that like something was about Jamie and corn, and so Esme like leads Jamie to the cornfield and is like, here! And Jamie's just like, oh, hell no!
Oh, hell no.
God, I had a lot of fun with the fucking vineyard.
It was good times. I'm sad I couldn't be there for the second day of that still, but...
Yeah. The funny thing is...
Chip
I was going to say...
drunk. I mean, to be fair though, you mean you took a depressed dude to alcohol land. What did you expect? Yeah.
Probably. What's up?
Okay, I was trying to go into your room to see if you were there because I was trying to get you because Gilliam has a concussion.
The plot thickens.
Oh no! You know what? Fuck Gilliam. Fuck him.
Be concussed. Maybe
yeah. Maybe he'll learn. Maybe he'll learn and teach him good.
You see, he shits on Roll all the time for being insane.
Just a second.
But he actually does shit.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Dude. What was the thing today? I think it was like he didn't think he thought horses were fireproof. So
no, Jamie Poppins thing happened after I was out already. Unfortunately.
I didn't have any part when I put it there. I was just like, yeah, people will start crumbling if I put a random.
We're supposed to have an estimated 3 inches. Dude, I'd never want to live somewhere there's snow. I like snow if I have the choice of going to it. I never want to live somewhere where I have to shovel snow out of my driveway on a regular basis. One of your favorite parts of the stream is after RP talks. Oh yeah, it can be pretty fun. I'm supposed to get your booster shot tomorrow. They already pushed back the site hour to start 4 hours later. Oh, that sucks. I got my booster shot early December because I knew I was going to be going out of town for a couple of weekends. I was going to Vegas for a trip and to my sister's place in San Francisco. What up, Driveways with street parks? Okay, sure. I'm not saying that was not necessarily metaphorical, but that was an example, right? Like I don't want to live in a place where I have to deal with snow in my, where I live. It's 0 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. It is probably 40-ish, 45, 50 around here. What is it right now? I don't have my phone with me, so I don't know. But yeah, it's been good. It's usually about between 40 and 50 during the night here. Still about 65 to 75 during the day. But I also live in a desert, so
Squeaky opened the door for us. Oh wait, no.
Squeaky is the glue that holds this town together. They've been manning the gates while everyone was gone on vacation.
By the way, Cop, the Guildmaster wouldn't have gone anywhere, just so you know. We would have been in town the entire time.
Yeah, I figured probably.
I thought about having him go. I thought about having him go home, but I don't think he would have wanted to leave his post.
What the fuck? Okay.
I mean, it's a rat. It has a tiny bladder.
I think I had a good excuse for William of just like digging through paperwork.
Box person.
Do need to probably poke the.
What's this for? Actually,
this is the poke Roche and see if he'd want to send people after the Jode or not.
Oh, is this just a public model?
Yeah.
Otherwise, though, we shall see.
I was hoping to use at some point for like a
we'll see.
Or something.
As I said, next council meeting, I'll present to him of like what I found on the Buggered? Is that what you
I
said?
can use these.
Yeah, buggered.
Okay.
Like that's one thing. But it also
Cool.
has a bow, which
And we'll see where we go from there.
And shit in this lore.
it can be pulled back.
Yes.
So many animals.
But like it doesn't have the arrow or anything, so.
I really need to write up a big bestiary or
unfortunate
something,
part.
but
But I like it. It's like just.
Understandable.
I already gotta redo. I already have to redo literally every single book. I have to rewrite them anyway.
Fun.
Because they're a lot of them are kind of scuff. A lot of them were like written up as like a rough lore document, and then just kind of copy pasted into books because there wasn't time to clean them up.
God, the
So a lot of the wording is weird, and it always annoys me that they're not worded like books. So I want to like go in and rewrite them all, so they're actually like book style.
They actually sound like textbooks.
Yeah, don't tear.
Yeah, have like authorial biases and stuff, and all that.
Nice.
That's one of my favorite parts. I loved in The Witcher how in like Witcher 1 and 2 you had to be you didn't quite know what was real and what wasn't whenever you heard things from other characters, and since your character had amnesia, you just kind of like had to fucking deal with it. And that was very fun to try to suss out and then go and fight the monsters and figure out what was actually true and what wasn't.
Yeah.
I've tried to play that up with William a bit. I've had like William has all
You
these
should probably go and play the original
fairy
Witcher
tale
games.
bullshit.
I don't know, I just saw one scene, it was like interesting.
Did my character find out about the mirror's issue? No.
I think it is worse than the second one.
No, he did not. Nobody told him anything about it. Apparently, the mayor was like addicted to drugs or something again.
It looked even more like MMO combat, but it's even more like it's actually more like action combat, which means a lot of the animations aren't synced up properly, and you'll get hit by shit that looks like it's literally like you can get hit by a dragon's fire breath attack at one point in the game before it is even opened its mouth.
But yeah, I was in here for the last Cari or session because I was out of town for that entire weekend from Thursday to Monday, or I guess Sunday. Which kind of next to be the drugs to become a robot. I think like I saw like I tuned in for about 2 minutes of that on Thursday and I heard it, so.
It is a good story.
I got one for my I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I'm not pulling it out right now.
Yeah, I just got a shitty.
Oh, hello. Who is this?
I just got a shitty sword on my
Yeah.
Are they still in there?
Yeah, I guess some people are still in there and getting concussions or something. Even though I'm pretty sure, like, it's dark and raining.
Let me think.
Vivi a bar winch, and so she punched him in the stomach, and then somehow he has a concussion now. I don't know if they're linked.
Oh my god.
The dark and the rain isn't technically the hard end. It's
I don't know.
lightning
I'd
storm.
love to go to the bathroom.
Okay, I was about to
but
say
don't
like
think they
that's
need me
another
for
thing. We're like,
anything,
oh
so
wait,
I'm not
what do
sure.
we actually? Because it's
wanna try
rain
to
used to be
heal?
it, but okay, right.
Yeah,
So gotcha.
Lone and Beta are there.
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
use rain more often because it's a
yeah.
it's
Thematically
very
appropriate.
atmospheric, and we don't.
I'm
if
going
it's
to get
yeah, and
VR then.
if it's set as hard end, then it
Okay.
never gets to be used.
Yep.
Plus, yeah, I did actually look
Give-
it up,
give
and
me a
like
few
the
and
kind
then,
of climate we're in
we'll try to
is
get
kind of Mediterranean-ish. So
Yeah.
our winters would basically be like November to March, and it would just be a really rainy season and occasionally hail
Yep.
instead of snow.
Here we go.
Sounds about right.
I show up to Cari town like this. I just say I'm from Rus.
Good luck.
No, I am. Yes.
I only
I
joke.
know you have a zipper.
Oh shit.
The only thing that's not lure
Have you
accurate
pulled
right
for
there is
Cryo-Auntie?
Also, you're wearing denim.
Yeah, I
The
got
zipper and the denim. Those are the only non-compliant. You know?
The details are
Shenhe. I got her.
It's just painted shoes, you know. It's
But it
leather.
wasn't so bad. And I also got the C0.
I painted a check mark on my shoes
What's her
to make
name?
me walk faster.
That the
Oh,
C4
Yunjin?
girl.
Yunjin.
But I'll catch you later.
I lost a
Still spent
50-50.
like $200 to get the.
Yes. I lost the first 50-50 on Shenhe and got Jean instead, so I have like a C2 Jean. But I did get her eventually. But I spent money on her on the weapon banner, which that one fucked me.
Yeah, that one fucked me too. Yeah, first 5-star I got it early, so I was excited. Then it ended up being a Skyward Claymore. Then
dude, I think I got the same thing.
Then went to South Pity and got the Primordial Jade Spear.
Yeah, dude, the exact same thing happened to me. Literally, I got Skyward Pride as the first one, and the Jade Spear as the second one. That's hilarious. Well, at least you got Zhao to use it on, though. I don't even have anyone on that account to use it on, because I already have Homa on that account. So like, and I don't have Zhao on that account, so it's just like, the fuck am I gonna do with this fucking Jade Spear?
It's a good spear, at least.
Yeah, it's not bad, but like, if you have Homa, like Homa's generally better.
Oh yeah, definitely. The next banner is gonna be the intended spear for Zhongli.
Yep. The Vortex Vanquisher.
But Homa's still better.
Yep.
Yeah, Vortex Vanquisher.
Yeah, I'm probably not pulling on anything in the next banner because I don't need Zhongli on anywhere. I don't need Ganyu anywhere, and I don't need the weapons anywhere. So at least I can save for Yae.
I'm surprised they announced her this early.
Yeah,
they're learning, I guess.
Yeah,
that's the one thing. Yeah, and they're not letting the leakers get a jump on them.
Yeah.
You're talking Genshin?
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stream real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. What is being talked about since we got it? Oh, it's just post lobby stuff. We talked about some stuff and then talked a little Genshin because both Shin and I play a lot of it. Alright. It is gonna be the end though, so thanks for hanging out, everyone. No stream tomorrow, and then on Saturday. So Saturday, I'm gonna try to do a day stream where we continue our Pokemon Nuzlocke, and then we'll do a night stream. Like probably it'll be during day stream for about 5-6 hours at max. I'll take like an hour or so break so I can eat dinner, and then come back and do a night stream of Ascension Academy. So that's most likely how it'll go. Cool. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for being around. Glad you enjoyed the show. I'm glad to be back RPing again because it's been like a month, so it's good to be getting back into the flow of it. And that'll be it for me. So y'all have a good night. Let me see if there's anyone to send you off to before I say goodbye. Dude, why is this fucking mouse jumping around so much? Let's send you off to Karita? Maybe? Oh, that's weird. Oh, what the fuck? Why wasn't Roach in here? Oh, he was doing Fractured Stone. Okay. Let's send you off to Pookie. Why not? Say hi to Pookie for me. And y'all have a good one. I will see you around on Saturday. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye once I can press the actual raid button. Okay, now goodbye.